Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Up Late with G and Mark and Mrs. Austin. Give
Hello.
a quick shout out to Stylesy for being a member. Also, Stylesy requested porno music, so hopefully that was suitable and satisfactory for you. Change it up a bit tonight. But we'll go through the chat. We got Stylesy himself. We got Just Rant Already. We have Cody, the Aussie Alistair fan Brony, of course. We have Mark Shed Talk, and we have Peter in the house. How are you, everyone?
Hey,
welcome,
Peter.
one and all.
Welcome, everyone. By all means, welcome.
Stylesy gave us the laughing emoji, so I'm guessing that was, up to his standards.
Yeah, Peter couldn't see anything there for a little bit, and so I guess it's a slight lag in what we see when we're live to what YouTube shows, because YouTube's got to throw in their ads and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. It's normally a bit delayed and stuff, but, once the technology catches up to, us, we're in the future, We're waiting for the technology to get better around here. That's what we say.
We were a whole minute and a half behind our live.
Well, normally it's about 10 or 20 seconds, but...
Yeah, so for it to be a whole minute and a half earlier, and the only reason I know it was a minute and a half is because it started alive and I looked down at the phone, and the timer on the phone still said a minute and a half. I was like, oh my goodness. So,
that's crazy. Crazy talk.
Well,
but we're here now.
My iPad or my laptop. I'm doing it like I'm supposed to on Chrome, but still not. It's funky.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty good.
And I just want to give a shout out to Roger. He's at his cousin's wedding, so hopefully they have a good time, and he might join us later. And I'm guessing he's going to be, the typical pirate, a few rums into him. Also, I'll leave the link if anyone wants to join. If anyone is free tonight to join, but if not, you can stay in the chat. That's all good.
I'm getting some love and party emojis happening on my channel.
Oh no! Maybe the crusty bun is there. Maybe he freshly washed himself for you.
Well, I've also linked up my Twitter account as well, so I don't know if we're getting anyone from Twitter. Probably not.
Hello, Elon. We know that Elon Musk is going to be watching. That's for sure.
9 watching on Funk and Hungry.
Damn you, Speedway. Good on you, Pete.
I'm not sure what your number's at, but I'm also live, so I'm going to check.
Well, guess what? I'm live on X as well.
Ooh.
Just for something a little bit different. I was wondering if we might get old Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Our biggest fans might come in and have a chat with us.
You never know.
You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
They have. Like that on the menu cheeseburger review I did. That was pretty strange.
Oh, I'm telling you. That was just, it was hard for me to watch you try to swallow that thing. It was a little much.
Like if it was softer, it would have been like, it's one of those texture things. Like when it tastes like stale bread, instantly your mind's telling you, welcome Joan, Yoda girl.
Thank you very much.
Yoda girl.
Yeah.
Your brain instantly just is not enjoying it. But we have Elon. Oh no, that's just Paul. He kind of looks like Elon as well a bit. In that photo, at least. That's probably a disrespect to Paul, but Elon's a bit of a weird looking guy. He looks a little bit amphibian like our old mate Elon. I'll jump on the panel at 7:30. Well, not literally jump on it, but you know what I mean. Hello, Sakau. How are you?
It's a cow.
Oh,
Yeah, big shout out to Joanne Yodergirl from First Floor Audio, and thank you very much. Another fellow American, Mrs. Austin.
yes.
So Joanne's up early too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
I just I
so
met
she's not from London.
no. I've managed. I've got to step away. I managed to make my nose bleed, so I'll be back.
Oh,
Oh no.
no.
You'll have to put up with us for everyone watching Mark's channel. He'll be back, but you'll just have to settle for us for a few minutes. But yeah, like when I do reviews, just very occasionally I've reheated food, but really I'm trying to review it as it is. And if it's delivery, for instance, I'm trying to review it as is. I'm not trying to make it better than it is. And it's just like the frozen microwave cheeseburger. I could in my mind I just had this idea like, I knew that it wasn't gonna, because I've seen other people review it, or I've just seen reviews in general and people say that there's an issue with because it has that piece of paper, and I think it has some sort of like reflecting sort of paper on it that will keep the heat the bottom up
Like
more.
those fan-sized mini pizzas have the
Yeah,
has the metal.
yeah.
The reflective. Yeah.
And then because it has some little bits of ice on top of it, obviously that's kind of going to kind of steam as well. So you get a little bit of steam action going on, and then the rest is just dry. But
I
I
almost
might
wonder if you did a second one and kind of flipped it over and heated it up and see if it happens to be just, you know what I mean? If it's that plate or if it's the whole, if it was the bun. Because, you know what I mean? Sometimes you'll get a bun and the top will be nice and fluffy, and then you get to the bottom and the bottom's like, wait a minute. Like almost like it went stale bottom up, bottom first. So that's why the only reason I wonder about that was like, I know when I have to microwave food, like if we were to microwave something like that as a kid, even if we didn't see the instructions, I would still wrap it in a paper towel to help with the steaming, to keep the moisture in. So yeah, I don't know. Some of those instructions, I mean, they expect everyone to have not only do you have to, like, for us, we have to worry about elevation. So like obviously the stove's gonna work whether we or not, same thing with the microwave. Microwave may or may not need to. I don't know. Maybe from now on I might just turn the power down on my microwave when I heat it up.
Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah.
It I mean, it's like, even though it's more liquid, it's like when you reheat soup, or even if you reheat your dinner, sometimes it can be a little bit uneven, or sometimes you have to move the food around a bit, like maybe even depending on what it is, you might need to either mix it or flip. Like if it's meat, you might need to flip it over because on top it'll be hot, but underneath. But yeah, I have to review it how it told me to, so that's what I did. But yeah, like you're saying, and I would have basically tested it. I left it on for like 2 minutes or whatever it said. But if I was doing it myself for something that I actually wanted to eat for lunch or whatever, I would like halfway through check it, just to see what it's like. But
like you said, flip it over.
yeah. But yeah, I might because people have enjoyed it and quite a few people seem to have got a laugh or whatever out of it. I might revisit it one day, and because people are saying, "Oh, I love them," and I asked them why, or like, do they change? Do they mess around with it or have it as is? And some people are saying they had extra cheese and like extra condiments, like pickles or extra sauce. So I might do that one day. But people can just enjoy what I've done so far. They can go and see the crusty bottom.
Like, can you order extra relish on both sides of the bun? Maybe that might.
Oh, well, you can't order it because it's boxed up.
Oh, yeah, that's shitty. Not like you could go and find on the menu.
Yeah, hunt them down. Really, what would be smart is like putting the sauce in a little packet. You know how you get the little like Heinz sauces? That would be great. Then you could just heat the cheese, the meat, and the bun, and then just because the sauce does kind of go like what you expect in a microwave. It kind of just gets heated up and just turns to crap, really.
Yeah.
That's all good, Jane. That's all good. We can see everything here. We hear and see everything from our. We're like God, basically. We're like a bunch of gods. We can see we can see and hear everything that's going on.
I'll be a demigod. I'll be the one causing problems. I'm not gonna fix them. No, I'm good.
You're gonna be a trickster, are you?
Yeah. I'll be down
Have
here
to,
mingling with the humans. Yeah, I'll do that.
just go and watch the latest episode of the Y-Files. They did an episode on the Anunnaki, and yeah, and
that's a topic that I've looked into quite a bit.
Well, you'll enjoy the episode on the Anunnaki. It was really good, actually.
The gods that the Sumerians worshipped.
Yep.
Right. You gotta love it when it's like a group of people that you're like, though they were hardcore. Like I wouldn't mess with them. And oh, by the way, this is who they idolize. Like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, from our point of view, it just seems to be very advanced, like civilization, and obviously probably not exactly humans like we are, but pretty similar. And
come on now, how many different evolutions can you possibly say an animal has gone through? Like they say that the squirrels that got separated by the Grand Canyon, there's a whole story around them. Some of the squirrels are mountain squirrels. Some of the squirrels are desert squirrels. They're from the same family. They just separated due to environment. They say the same thing about us humans. We centralized in one area and just spread out and followed our own, which if you think about it, it tracks. I don't like everything Mark likes. I don't like everything you like, but it makes sense that we would come together seasonally.
Yeah, like it always annoys me how they say, humans evolved from apes and stuff. It's like, have you seen what apes do? Like, you're going to compare me to that? But yeah, like you see apes and then you see humans and you're like, they're way more intelligent than us. Like, how dare they say that we're evolved from apes?
Well, that's one thing he does cover on the episode.
How apes are smarter than humans.
Well, in some cases. Yeah, but there's usually, as a species, one thing he mentioned was as a species changes or progresses, you can see how that's happened over, in some case, decades or centuries or whatever. Yet with us, we sort of just turned up,
So Brad's saying Brad's saying one of his cousins is an ape. I've heard of a monkey's uncle, but apparently there's cousin apes as well now.
That we are manufactured, and I will die on the hill that we are not only that we are manufactured, but we have to be manufactured from this earth, or our bodies would not contain every element found on Earth. I believe we come from the earth. If we come from the earth, and therefore we are manufactured. It's, if you look at most religions that have books that are foregoing over and over and over again, it is we come from the earth. I truly believe that. I think
welcome, Crusoe.
I think apes are or what are they called?
Anunnaki.
I think they are smarter than we are because we materialize things. They do not. They use something till it breaks. They use something for a tool. When it breaks, they go and make another one, or they go and find another one. We, on the other hand, will fixate on trying to fix something when there's something sitting right next to us, because
they know when they're smart enough to know when something's broken. They're like, oh, that's fucked. I'll go get another one now. I'm not going to spend all my time trying to fix it.
I'm one of those dumb monkeys that try and fix these things. Look, I'm working on a 100-year-old steam engine and I'm fixing it up. But Peter's got the right idea. Apes don't pay taxes. Seems smart to him.
Yeah, have you seen Planet of the Apes?
No,
they're coming. They're coming for us. They're going to take us down. But yeah, Brad's very right. Anunnaki says we are manufactured. So basically, yeah, we're a slave race to them. Nibiru is another planet. You can look into all this stuff. We can go into it if I do have a bit of knowledge about this subject. But yeah,
Well-
he even said they harvest gold, and that's basically what you know they supposedly their planet is deteriorating in resources and stuff like that, so they came to our solar system and planet to, you know, basically save their race or
To do with
planet,
energy. Yeah.
and they're using us as that, and they evolved us, or they gave us more intelligence. They took the, you know, like Neanderthal, and they basically evolution, like, made us go faster in evolution to become smarter, just enough for them to use us to do what they want, really. And I mean,
Unlock.
we're pretty brainwashed. And
Yeah.
because
Well,
like earlier on, I was thinking of like MK Ultra and stuff is obviously a topic we could get into on this these lives as well, because again, we're brainwashed by a lot of stuff: TV, media, even religion, music, and, you know, everything sort of either brainwashes us or just makes us who we are. You know, we all are different, like you were saying before. We all have different interests, but really we should be able to come together and, you know, get along with each other, even if we dress, look, you know, walk differently, whatever. Even if you've got a crusty bottom, you know.
No.
Nah, he's a bit different. The old Cocoa Pop monkey.
Well, they say that, you know, something has to feed the wild animals trying to eat us.
Yeah, you know, won't say that exactly how it came in my head, but yeah, you know, the weaker ones that we can push over and run away. You know, survival of the fittest.
No, I don't mean that. I seriously mean like the whole, like, one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid was Snake Plissken, you know, Escape from LA, where it's like there's an island, aka side off. Hi Becky, where we, you know, you don't want to live by societal rules, then you can go live here, and you can go, you know, which is ironic because most people who are predators are looking for an easy out, you know, not having to listen to not having to go by the status quo or following the rules. So if you want to live,
like P Diddy,
what do you mean?
A predator like P Diddy, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like any type of predator. Like if you are criminal, if you're violent, if you want to be violent, go be around other people who are violent. You can, you know, survive and on your own in that sense, if that makes any sense. That's whole like concept of you don't want to, and you, it's not even that you have to break the rules. Like you just say, I want to go there. I don't want to be here. You can go there. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's not like the Hunger Games where it's like, you're poor, you get to die. No, it
is kind of like that, but it's just like a lot slower if you think about it, you know. The rich, you know, even if it's generations of bloodlines, they continue, and just the way the system's built, really. But yeah, it is a bit like Hunger Games, especially when COVID happened and everyone's running out for toilet paper. You know, that was like Hunger Games.
And yeah, a bunch of, you know, the fact that you guys had I mean, when's the last time you guys saw any type of border in between the states go up the way that your guys did, you know, and having that full separation, you know, that was, I'm sure that was strange for you guys just to see, you know, not necessarily how drastic, but I mean, because tell you the truth, to me, it didn't seem drastic. To me, it was like a whole bunch of people are standing around going, should we be worried about this? And a bunch of people are going, no, don't worry about it. I need you to shop at my store. Don't worry about it. I need you to eat at my restaurant. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, you saw the people that were out there that, and I mean, even there were stores out there that were like, we don't know how our employees are going to live, but I'm still going to follow the rules. Like, I'm still going to close my doors, but we're like giving their employees their inventory because they were like, it's going to go bad anyway. Come and eat, you know, bring your whole family and we'll feed you every night, you know, kind of situation or whatever it is. You know, there were businesses out there trying to help each other. You know, I was just watching the Tournament of Champions with Guy Fieri and where all the master chefs basically come together and fight to see who's the best of the best of the best. and one of the seasons was during COVID, and they were giving out like thousands of dollars to kitchens and stuff that weren't open, because of what was going on. Yet still, there are a bunch of people sitting around like me going, I already am stockpile. What are you talking about? Like it's the winter wasn't that bad, so I'm already stocked. You know what I mean? Like where we were, it was like, oh, you're telling me I have to stay home? Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't big and huge for us. I think if I think I said this before too. Like, if they wanted a if they wanted a lockdown, they wanted it to be like Hunger Games. They wanted us to, fight a little bit more or see how long they can make us stand in line and wait. For things.
To me, it was who knows. Basically, in my opinion, who knows exactly what's going on? We can all speculate and all the rest of it, but also it did seem very much like it was kind of like an experiment, almost testing to see what would happen. And obviously each country was different, and I remember seeing in some Asian countries that people were getting straight up shot and stuff if they weren't obeying by the restrictions, and it was all pretty full on. And I feel like as well, if we wanted to get into tinfoil hat stuff, that the stuff that was being shared on media could have been like paid actors, or it could have been set up, but a lot of it definitely was to push fear.
Mm-hmm.
And fear, if we want to get into fear, there's through history and stuff, there's been different entities, that different religions or different cultures have spoke about that feed off fear, because like Mark was talking about Anunnaki. Has anyone here looked into archons? Archons, and also jinn is what the Arabics call those entities. And I guess Christianity, if you break it down, is what demons are. Like what they say demons are, but they're entities that feed off that stuff. But even if you don't believe in that, or you don't have you haven't looked into it, you don't have knowledge about that subject. If you take away energy, and if you take away emotions and stuff, it's still fear is making people act out of character. Like going to a shopping center and fighting over something you wipe your ass on. Like people actually getting into fisticuffs and stuff over that. So that shows you the level of what fear can do to people, because it's like it strips you down. It goes into the fight or flight. It goes into kind of what we are if you strip back all of this intelligence, or if you strip back this evolution and stuff. We're just we're just really acting like on the primal, the animal level, the lizard brain and stuff. We're just, I need to this. But it's like, I always found it funny as well. It's like, if you run out of toilet paper, it's like, you're going to be home if you're using toilet paper. It's not like you're really going to be walking down the street and then all of a sudden you take a shit and you pull out your toilet paper out of your pocket and like, I'm just going to clean up after myself. So it's like, if you really that mess, just get in the bloody shower. Like, it's like, if you had to clean yourself up, it's like, just get in a shower. It's like, well, animals get away with, like, that's it. We'll get back to apes. How do they clean their asses after they shit?
Well, it comes back to the food they're eating, but also it also showed that because of how much, almost how much excess we have, that there was an abundant supply and there was no need for people to panic. It was just, and that's why you saw the shopping centres, the one around the corner from me, actually brought in restrictions after a while that you could only buy one packet of toilet paper per shop, or per family.
I think Brad's talking about Robbo the disabled vlogger there.
Oh.
No, I was laughing at Simon's comment, dog face.
Okay. G taught me to use a neighbour's cat for toilet paper. Even fellas, and how are you there, dog face?
Honestly, a lot of it was created by the media, and no doubt, and then at the end, look what happened. It was like the media switched from, COVID. Like, I'll give you an example here. We used to have every winter they'd talk about the flu season and the upcoming flu season, da 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 da.
Flu disappeared for a while.
Well, it did, because all you heard was COVID, 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 and I only heard one report about the flu season, right? And then suddenly, when the war started in Ukraine, they switched like that from COVID to the war in Ukraine. And I saw on social media, I think it was Facebook, there was somebody done an excellent cartoon, showed an exit door and an entry door of a television station or something like that, and it showed COVID going out the door and the war starting in Ukraine.
There was a lot of good memes. There was, sorry to break you up, but there was someone that was like holding, the hypnotizing tool, and it's like there was a meme of that, and it was exactly like you said. It was COVID, then Ukraine, and then there was other stuff as well before, obviously COVID.
Yeah.
But when I knew COVID was over is when they started talking about flu, getting your flu jabs.
Yeah.
Get flu's back, getting your flu, your vaccination for flu. I'm like, we're back to this one again. It's like a rerun. It's like watching your favorite show, and it's like you still get enjoyment out of it, but you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, here we go again.
Yeah.
Right now, the United States is enthralled with
Trump and Biden.
No, wow, I don't pay attention to all that stuff. So that's here nor there. Yes, but that's always a topic of discussion with Americans is politics or religion. But right now it's the Hollywood, like you guys have brought up a few times, the Diddy stuff and the
which is very important to me. Hey Lee G, welcome, First Floor Audio. I feel like it's important because I've been looking into that stuff for probably 20 plus years. A lot of, like what goes on in Hollywood, what goes on in the entertainment industry. We've had a lot of people come out, like Corey Feldman is a big one that's been pushing different people, saying names and pushing, and just lots of people that do this, like research this stuff for a living and have a platform where they will, go and try and spread that information. But also, that being said, it definitely seems like, the royal families, 2 of them have got cancer. Like P. Diddy is being pushed a lot, and it's like what's not being like, that's all distracting us. What's really going on? And then like say 10 years time, we'll say, oh, that was a distraction. This is what was happening, and that all that stuff was trying to, try to get your attention so they can do a lot of stuff behind closed doors.
Right now it's the budget. Right now it's the whether or not they're going to push the budget and or hold the budget and or if they're going to give us another stipend.
Yeah, but also it's also you have to think on like a global level as well. It's like obviously everything in individual countries and laws and governments are different. But we have another person that's just bleeped in. I'll grab them and bring them up in a second. But yeah, there's a lot of that's what's happening in your country, but on a global level, and that's why I used to look into the Bilderberg group a lot, because that's world leaders and big influential people, billionaires that come together and they discuss these topics. And that's on a global level, but then sometimes they will use like an individual country or person or situation to, distract you. And then they're changing all these laws and stuff, taking away your rights behind closed door. But we'll stop that for a brief second because we have Cody, the Aussie Brony here.
Hey, Cody.
I missed your live.
It looks like he's a bit quiet there.
He's a bit frozen, I think.
Maybe because we said P. Diddy, maybe that's his favourite artist.
No, a bit glitchy.
Well, last time it was a little bit glitchy, but then it came well later on.
Yeah. Well. Yep.
Yep. There you go.
He's moving.
He's moving.
We have movement.
So he's not Cody the frozen Framboni.
Nah. That was a good one.
He's gone.
Well, he must have said something offensive. He's like, or maybe he's going to make a YouTube channel called that.
I think the Hollywood stuff is. I think it's important that it's shared. I think it's important that it's understood. The Nickelodeon Quiet on Set was disturbing, just to say the least. Not to say that 90s television didn't, at a certain age, start to feel like it was creepy to watch anyway. Does that make sense? Like I guess at a certain point, our brains just kind of click in and go, "That's a little childish," or once you're an adult, you kind of see something like that, and you're like, "That's a little inappropriate." You know, oh well, it's a kid show, ha ha. You know.
Oh yeah.
But now looking back at most of it, I'm like, the fact that the people behind the scenes were saying exactly what adults were saying, were like,
Disney has pushed so many agendas that are current at the time.
Uh-huh.
They had just blatant like racism in their old cartoons, where I think it was a bunch of crows and they were like stereotypical African American types, and I mean they had child trafficking in Pinocchio, which isn't necessarily a bad agenda or a bad situation to push. Like, it's good, but it's funny now. I don't believe that was in the new remake of Pinocchio. It's like this whole woke thing. I know we've all spoke about what we feel our version or what woke represents, but just this it's like they take out all this real stuff these days. It's like they want to sugarcoat everything, and they don't want people to like actually be exposed to how the world really is.
Mm-hmm.
Where in the 70s and stuff, it was like some of it was bad, as I said, racism and stuff, but then some of it was positive about negative situations, but pushing it is positive too, because it's making children know not to trust everyone. Like Pinocchio, how he was led down the garden path. You know, he thought that he thought the circus and stuff was all fun and games, and it was like going to be, you know, he felt like he fitted in, but then he realized that, I think it was like showed a little bit of child trafficking, but didn't they turn him into donkeys as well? I'm pretty sure they turned him into donkeys, but yeah, But I was going to say as well, I don't post as much as anymore, but I do have a Facebook page. If anyone's on Facebook, you know, Knowledge is Infinite, because a lot of times I put stuff in it that I feel like we could talk about on here, or just even stuff that is quite funny, but people who think a little bit more deeply will probably like. But I did share, you won't be able to see it because of my background, but there's a Fisher-Price toy, and it looks like something that you put balls in, and then it looks like it's a toy for about like a really young child, like about 2 years old.
Yeah.
But they say as well that symbolism will be the downfall of the people that, you know, want to push these agendas on us and want to control us for their own amusement or whatever. But yeah, they have the symbol for pedophilia for girl on girl and liking boys on children's toys. So it has basically one of the symbols is there's a few symbols they use. And if you look into like stuff like Pizzagate and stuff like that, the whole, again, people can think it's all bullshit or, you know, like see what it is, but a lot of times they use symbolism to push their agendas, and that's what Pizzagate was. It was using pedophilia symbolism in its logos, and a lot of big companies do this. I remember seeing a really good documentary once where they broke down pretty much all the big entertainment, or all the, like, even Coke and Pepsi and lots of big brands. They're not all affiliated with this agenda that I'm speaking on here, but some people are very smart and look into. It's like McDonald's uses red and yellow because supposedly those colors make you feel hungry and impulsive and make you want to buy that product. Mm-hmm. So if you look into colors and symbolism and break it down, there's a lot to it.
Yeah.
Well, there's commercials are designed to do that, to make you feel focus. That sort of stuff is designed to
cause like
a dopamine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Christmas uses, which is known as, like, obviously festive sort of colors and stuff. They use red, green, and white normally. Yeah. But also, when you see those sort of colors, instantly your brain goes, "Oh, it's Christmas," and like the shops start using those colors and start bringing in that stuff. But yeah, the symbolisms or the symbols I shared. One is basically a triangle. One is like a heart with the small hearts and big hearts. And basically what those kind of are to represent, if you break it down, is especially the small heart within a big heart. Yeah, this is, if anyone's watching that isn't interested in this, they'll probably be tuning out now. But yeah, the small heart represents like minors, and then the big heart is to represent adults, and obviously that is pushing pedophilia. But you will see those symbols a lot of places, and that's what the whole Pizzagate thing was. They was using, I believe it's like the spiral cross. It's like a triangle rather, but it sort of goes in on itself. But they was using that for their logos, and then people who, as I say, some people are a lot more smarter or into this stuff than I am. And if you break down symbols, that's how people started to wonder. And also, I guess while I'm on this subject, in emails, or it's like they use chicken soup or chicken and also hot dog and pizza are your code words so some people might say, "Oh, I'm coming over. Did you get the hot dogs? I'm coming over. Are we going to order pizza?" And that's like language that if you see it, you won't blink, you won't look at it twice because it seems normal. But that coding or that code language or those words, they're using basically these words to seem normal, but then they can have conversations in the open because obviously people can hack into their emails, phones, all that stuff. And, they can hide in plain sight and just seem normal. But then, a lot of people expose that sort of stuff. But yeah, there's my G rant for the night. But yeah.
Well, we've just all learned something new. There's stuff that I didn't even know about.
Well, I will quickly go like this, and I will take that off for a second, take that, and I'll do this and just show it for anyone that is listening and interested. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I probably could bring it on the screen like, a professional, but yeah, these are the symbols I'm talking about, and it's on a Fisher-Price toy. And unfortunately, like when I've looked into, it's funny, I do a food review channel, but I kind of know how bad food can be as well, and obviously like poisons and stuff they put into our food. And unfortunately, when I was looking into stuff, some of the worst food for us is baby food, like what they put in baby food. Like a lot of really bad stuff that can cause issues later on. Like it's like we were saying about Hunger Games. It's like they don't, because they want to use us obviously, but they want to slowly cause us to be financially buggered by, making us sick and making us have all these issues that we need to pay for later in life. Normally, as you get older, dog face with the what is on the menu cheeseburger code for. But yeah, if you are on Facebook and you want to join that page, it's been a page that I've had for ages, but I've just stopped doing it for a while because I used to look into this stuff all the time. But we've said it on past live streams. It can get quite depressing when you look into this stuff because you realize you can't do nothing to help these people, to the kids, the people that get abused and used and trafficked. But yeah, it's knowledge is infinite, and it's on Facebook. I mean, other people can join and share stuff, but I just share either funny stuff, but funny stuff that's a little bit more, like about these topics. Here's another one. If anyone wants to talk about this, have you seen that they're 3D printing meat now? I've looked into this a little bit.
Yeah.
But we got lab-grown meat and 3D printed meat. Again, that's controlling our food source and, pushing agendas on us that we don't really want. Yeah, I'll quickly go through the chat and catch up with that if anyone else wants to talk about whatever.
Well, I think a lot of this, it's going on. I mean, we know stuff's going on. It's how we choose to deal with it, like everything in life. I know that we haven't watched mainstream media for a long time. If we have, it's only very, very short segment. Most of the time, I'm watching YouTube, which even that is controlled. It's not everything is available on YouTube, and there are certain subjects that YouTube doesn't sort of like and all that sort of stuff. But even back when there were papers, and we still see it today with major corporations controlling papers, it's all controlled to a degree. I'm sure there are some stories that are just totally false or designed to get our attention away from something else that's really happened that we've talked about. It's just
the weather balloons and the swamp gas and the rest of it.
Yeah. We can. I think we just need to get. Obviously, if you see something wrong or something that doesn't seem right, you need to take steps to report it or pass it on to authorities. But
we'll do what I do and come on YouTube and rant about it.
Well, you could do that too. That's always another way to do it. But who knows? And sometimes you got to look at these people and wonder, are they doing it for the attention? Because there are people out there who just do things, not necessarily bad things, but they just do things to get attention, and that can waste a lot of time for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's like obviously you're interested in ufology and stuff like that, and cryptids, and more so me, and then paranormal and stuff. There's so many people that either are very gullible, where they will just believe that it's something supernatural or whatever without kind of using their brain and trying to break it down and see what it is. But also, like you were saying, Mark, there's people that will just straight up bullshit, either for attention or just to throw you in the wrong direction. Yeah. And that's also what the elites, or whatever you want to call them, are like. They will give you a lot of the real information. They'll give you a lot of bullshit, and then it kind of confuses you which way to go.
Yeah. Like for a while there, I was throwing myself into the UFO subject, mainly because I was watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, and so I didn't class myself as a researcher or anything like that. And I still watch a lot of UFO stuff on YouTube, but I'm very selective now of what I watch. Now, is that a good thing? Yes. Is it a bad thing? Yes. But I just got to a stage where I was trying to get, as much information as possible. And it's not that YouTube was my only platform. There's other sources out there, but it was the easiest source for me to get to. And for a lot of people, it's their easiest way of getting content or information. Now, once again, a lot of that information is incorrect. For instance, I'll talk about the Y-Files and the episode that they talked about today, where they talked about the Anunnaki, and that guy Zachariah Sitchin, I think, that wrote quite a lot
of God, wasn't it?
No.
Well, and that was von.
Yeah, Chariots of the God was Eric von Daniken.
Yeah.
Zachariah, I think it was Zachariah Sitchin. Maybe I'm getting people mixed up, but watch the episode of the Y-Files that they released today. It covers a lot of stuff, and then the host does a segment after it in the same video, and he explains what he found during his research. And it was all, the story was great, but a lot of the interpretation by this one particular person was wrong. He made a lot of assumptions, and that sort of thing happens too. So I think we have to take everything, with a big, broad picture. You can jump into things and go down a rabbit hole, but sometimes, you do waste a lot of time.
But that's why as well, I feel like having people in the chat, but all of us speaking, so we can go over topics, but you can get other people's opinions, because then it helps to see if you're, going the wrong direction. Like a lot of times, as I said, a lot of people can be gullible, but if you do get people together, it's like Scooby-Doo, like when you get the Scooby gang together, it's like they're better than when they're all like separated and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's better to work as a team than to sort of just feel like you have all of the answers. It's like it's always good to listen to someone else's opinion on the topic. And Jane was going by what we were saying about colours here, which was quite good. Going from what we said before, there's quite a lot of good stuff in the chat though that I'm seeing. A lot of people are quite knowledgeable about these topics.
Yeah, the colours things, that's sort of new to me. I knew we associate colours, with certain things, but I didn't know that those particular things, I really haven't looked into it, are there for a reason.
Just laughing at what Brad said. On the menu, cheeseburger symbol is the symbol of a few days before I get paid.
Yeah, absolutely right.
I know Stalsy's starting to learn stuff that he's not happy about. Yeah, lab grown meat. I mean, I haven't even got. Oh, here's Cody again. It's weird now that I've messed around with my headphones. It's like I can hear bleeps when people come in now.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that before. I'm like, oh, that's good. Now I can actually can't use it as an excuse that I didn't see someone. But yeah, I was just going to say, I haven't even got into cloning yet. Cloning's a subject that I've looked into quite a lot. Welcome back, Cody. Oh, he looks like he's...
Oh, no.
He looks like he's he's meditating.
You've been out in the sun, Cody. You look a bit sunburnt, mate.
Yeah, you better get a few drinks into him so his internet can catch up. But from what we was going into before, I've kind of said this before. I reckon I've spoke to Mark a fair bit about it. Is why I became like this, or why I got into all of this sort of stuff. If you take away the food reviews and the humor and all the silliness, which is a part of me, obviously. But when I was little, I saw flying saucers, and it interested me. And I've even going before that, I used to have a lot of nightmares, see stuff, and what my mum or parents used to say it's nightmares, but to me, I knew that I was awake. But your parents don't know how to calm you down or don't know how to explain stuff. So I was just seeing like all different stuff. But then when you go to adults for answers when you're a kid, they don't have the answers, or they just say, it's a lot of nonsense. And then UFOs, and then me looking into like aliens or UFOs and stuff more, it just it made me realize that we're definitely being lied to. And if we're being lied to about that, then we're being lied to about a lot of the stuff we're going into now. And then as I got even more older, X-Files came out, and I was very into X-Files, and I related a lot to Mulder because he used to he went, even though he was in the government, he went, like if he believed something, he didn't just take their word for it, and, he got in a lot of trouble and stuff for that. And then me as a kid is, that's that remember when that person you kept on making accounts for they just speak nonsense.
Oh yeah, righto.
Yeah. So funny enough, we haven't had that person here or whoever it is for a long time.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, looking into or enjoying X-Files because it had some cryptids in it, it had UFOs, it had just more government cover-ups. But I really related to Mulder, and that made me like, he always got in trouble if he tried to find out more about situations. Like, he got told to leave it alone. And it's like, why would they tell someone who's good at their job and is having experiences to leave it alone? It's like, isn't that what isn't that kind of his job to, investigate that sort of stuff and look into it? And I found the whole show quite interesting. And I mean, most people, if they like X-Files, I mean, that theme tune, the tune and the truth is out there, that all of it was very cool. But yeah, that made me want to look into stuff more as well, like experiences I had. It's like, and then me looking, I used to get books and stuff, back before the internet was around, or back when the internet was very early stages. You had to look into a book and read books, and that's how you got your information. But yeah, you fast forward it now, and here I am now on YouTube talking to everyone about it, having rants.
It's been a while since I've watched the X-Files, and I need to go back and watch them again because there's going to be some things that will stand out.
It's like now you've had more experiences, you'll rewatch stuff, episodes or whatever, and you'll have a different sort of reaction to it. Because I went back and watched pretty much most of the X-Files a couple of years ago. I remember that I really liked this episode, and it was like this guy, and he had yellow eyes, and he was able to come through. He was like a serial killer, but he was able to stretch his body through vents and stuff. I remember I really liked that as a kid because I like horror, I like sci-fi, I like very weird, crazy, cryptid stuff. And episodes like that was very good. But now I'm older, had more experiences and research and looked into stuff. Now, like you said, Mark, I've rewatched it, and I'm looking through different eyes, kind of. I'm seeing it a little bit different than I was as a kid because I've had more experiences with life now. Twilight Zone is excellent as well. I loved that as a kid. Stuff that my parents let me watch a lot of that stuff, but if they didn't, I used to wait till they went to bed and watch it. And I remember the old, what do they call it it's Sky, Foxtel with Sky. In Mrs. Austen, it might be called something different, but Foxtel in Australia is Sky in England, like the, paid TV or whatever. And on the remote control, they used to have like a back button. So if you was watching something, if I was watching something a little bit grown up, I could press back, and then I'm just watching whatever. But yeah, my parents were pretty okay with me watching a lot of stuff. I mean, I watched Exorcist when I was quite young, and that had a huge impact on me as well for different reasons, because I'm into that sort of stuff as well.
I watch Eureka and Warehouse 13, and Warehouse 13 is very much he's like the guy because it's a girl and a guy, kind of similar to X Files, and he talks about how X Files all the time. He talks about movies all the time, a lot like Bones or a lot like um, the guy from Bones, the character from Bones. This character is the guy who plays in Warehouse 13 is a character off of Bones. He's an FBI agent from Bones. Made
Yeah.
go work. So he
I
goes
know a
back
little.
to the show.
I know a little about Bones, but yeah, not. You
Okay,
would
so-
obviously be a.
The guy
Yeah.
that's like, what's his name? Sully? No, yeah, Sully is his name in the show and Warehouse 13 and on Bones. He's the same guy who plays the episode. Where he's like Bones's old love interest before the guy she marries, like whatever his name is. I can't remember it right now. But-
The actor's name is Eddie McClintock, and
Yeah.
Okay.
he actually came out here for one of the Supernovas, and
Nice.
He brought his co-host out as well, the lady, and she was like in real life, she was very, very timid. He was
Oh.
more open and quite outgoing, and one thing they hated was what was that word they used all the time? Whatever it was, they just hated it. Just by the end.
I didn't see this comment till now. JKKJ said that that episode about the guy that squeezed into vents, and I was obviously talking about it around about the same time he was writing it, and then he's like, "Oh, coincidence."
He said he hasn't watched it in 20 years. He says that's weird. That's pretty.
The guy the actor who played that guy, I do remember the episode. I remember the character's name, which is Eugene Toombs, because Mulder said it so much.
Yeah, he does.
It does make you think about what's out there and what we don't know about, because
definitely.
you know.
It's almost as bad as if you watch Ancient Aliens and they always like, "Oh, do you think it's maybe a extraterrestrial?" Like they say it so much it becomes like a catchphrase. And I remember I used to have a few beers with a friend and we used to watch Ancient Aliens and we didn't take it too seriously, but they got some cool, like good information in there. But we used to just laugh and we used to say, "Oh, it's basically we could do a drinking game every time they have an open-ended question and like, oh, do you think it was perhaps extraterrestrial?" But yeah, it is.
There was a good meme going around about Ancient Aliens, and it would show, I think, the Parthenon or something like that. Ancient Aliens during the day, and then at 3 a.m. in the morning, it shows, a Star Destroyer over the top of the Parthenon at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's just hilarious. That's it, Peter. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
You just got to look at,
Thank you, Joanne. I knew it was something, but the other guy that I'm talking about, his name is Sully. So the fact that it's Seeley and Sully, but because the guy's last name is Sullivan and his nickname is Sully. So I know that's why I was laughing.
Did you hack my Disney Plus account? Nah, Brad's the hacker around here.
How do you say that? Borazani? Zan? I have no idea how to say
Yeah.
that.
Very nice.
The guy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
that's him.
Joel, yeah. I think that the idea of like, I think Harry Potter ruined like the idea of extraterrestrials and like quote unquote magic and like aliens. Like that's because of like their whole depiction of like mystical creatures. And I'm like, I get that like somehow you can manipulate Earth and what is considered magic to create something like that. But I truly think that, I mean, I don't know. Uh, I still think there's dragons on Earth. Like you guys are saying about the aliens.
Well, they have that story in England. The Saint George is slayed to the dragon, even though the dragon is probably more like a Komodo dragon or whatever. Like it's probably a little bit.
How you doing?
But I don't know if Dylan will like this. Hello, Dylan, and yeah, that's what Joan said is exactly. Well, I couldn't picture the actor until she said that. Hello, Dylan, and yeah, this is who Peter's saying. This Giorgio, he's definitely he's the one that has the gif of like aliens, and it comes up aliens, and he's like, they've had so many memes and gifs of him over the years, but
he's the dude. He's the host of Ancient Aliens.
Yeah. There's quite a few hosts, but yeah, he's like, he said as well that he made his hair more and more crazy as time went on, because it used to like people kind of found it funny, but also that it would. I guess it's kind of like a phoenix, a peacock. It kind of gets your attention. So you look at it, and yeah, if you're looking at him long enough, you might listen to a little bit of information he's saying.
No, he's quite. When you see him in interviews away from Ancient Aliens, he is quite well read. He does a lot of research. He really is, But of course, a lot of these shows, Ancient Aliens, The Search for Oak Island, and all that sort of stuff, it's designed for a certain audience to drag them in, and they repeat a lot of the same things, and
I found there was some good episodes, but yeah, definitely repeat the same shit over and over these days.
How are you, Dylan?
Well,
I've watched all of the Ancient Alien episodes with my mom and my stepdad. So when they did like a mini docu-series, it was like 4 episodes. I started watching it with my mom, and I was like, I could leave half of the show. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, I've already watched all this stuff with you guys. It's already been done. Like they're barely giving updates on stuff that they've already talked about. Like they're just reiterating what it is. Just let me know when they get to the new stuff. She watched all 3 episodes. All I had to do was watch the last one. The last one was all the updates for all the stuff. Like I was like, could have just watched the last one. I was like, that.
Yeah, even though it's information that I've looked into and seen so many documentaries, but I kind of like the Bigfoot episode and the Grey, like ET episode, and a few. I guess it's because it's topics that I'm very interested in. That like a lot of the other stuff doesn't really have people's personal experiences, because a lot of the stuff was like we weren't born, and it's like thousands or whatever years ago. So it's like, no one really has the answers, but obviously if you research and break it down, you can have quite a good explanation of what could happen or how stuff went. But if it's one that people are claiming to have experiences with, obviously you kind of have witnesses or whatever that you can go by.
Yeah, KJ has got a good point there. Graham Hancock's Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix is a bloody good show, and I'm hoping that they're going to do another one, but that ruffled a lot of feathers in academia. They tried saying he's a pseudoscientist, or and they even say he's a racist, and he's married to I think an African American lady. And
he's hell racist, and he's getting intimate with a different race.
But all he's ever said in the stuff that I've watched, he says, I'm suggesting that this might be the case, and we need to look into it further and study it more.
Yeah,
that's what he says. And I tell you what, he hasn't. We've only seen him burst on the scenes, or most people have only seen him burst on the scenes recently. like the show Ancient Apocalypse. But he's been doing this sort of stuff for over 30 years, and he's been researching, and he goes into places where a lot of us have never been to, and he talks to the people that are on the ground who have been there for ages and ages, doing the research.
I just wanted to step in to say Peter says sex may sell, but weird makes money. I was just wondering where all my money is then. I'm pretty weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Mm.
There you go,
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah. Yeah, they just won by like 10 points.
Yeah, there used to be a lot of good YouTube channels. I feel like maybe it's because I haven't really kept as close an eye to a lot of this stuff, but I know a lot of the channels that I used to like watching, they do kind of documentary formats or research where they give a lot of evidence. They just don't seem to be around anymore. Like if I type in topics that I used to be able to type in, it comes up with very little these days.
Yeah. YouTube's censoring a lot of it. Is that Soul having a cough, is it?
Yeah, he's coughing in the back there.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. He's just, I don't know, sometimes he gets this bit of a cough, but he's laying there.
No.
But yeah, it sounds like Becky's having a good night. Free beer from the pub.
Hey, that's the
Lucky
way to
him.
go. Never knock back at free beer.
Everyone's brains all ticking over now.
Well, we got the chat rolling around on both
Yeah.
your channel and my channel, so
We've got them all
That's-
fired up and jumping back and forth.
that's it. What other crazy topics are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I did see the new Ghostbusters recently, and I'm not going to, go into it. And if anyone's interested, to spoil it. But Dan Aykroyd from Ghostbusters, he was very different in this one because him and is it Harold Ramis who played Egon?
Yeah.
Them two was very much into the ghost and the spiritual world, and that's why they wrote and directed or helped. They didn't direct, but they starred or acted in Ghostbusters. But Dan Aykroyd is very much into. I've watched a few of his. I think it's called. But he's got a new TV show, and it goes into all different topics. But I know he's very much into ufology and ETs and stuff like that. And he was very different as his character is Ray, right? So he was very different in this. He seemed more like Dan Aykroyd than he did as Ray in the old ones. But that's also because of, obviously they're trying to develop these characters to the point where they're obviously older and they've lived life and they have more knowledge in, spirits and just being Ghostbusters. But also, it very much goes into. It's still in the realm of Ghostbusters, but it goes into other stuff, and it's he came across very much how Dan Aykroyd is these days, and you can tell that he obviously wanted to put that into his character. He wanted to put, the kind of like how he is and has more knowledge. He obviously wanted to make Ray seem like he's had more life experiences, more knowledge, and it's not a bad film. I mean, it is still a little bit. It's a little bit more kiddish than the older ones, but it was quite good. And the story of, it's kind of like what we're talking about here. It's a little bit of that sort of Anunnaki, ancient sort of stuff is put into it. It's not. I'm not telling you the story so so it's ruining, but it has that sort of. They did it in the old Ghostbusters, like the Destroyer and stuff. It's like ancient gods or ancient spirits that, a lot of times there's ways that you summon them, either rituals or some sort of object or whatever that like in the old Ghostbusters, and people have seen it, it's like the Keymaster and stuff. They had to have all this stuff for the entity to come into our reality and stuff. But Dan Aykroyd is definitely another person that's quite interesting and has quite a lot of knowledge and experience with this stuff. And I remember watching, I don't know what it would have been, maybe another show that he did years ago, and he was talking about some experiences he's had in Hollywood and how he's had some weird paranormal supernatural sort of events happen in his life that he can't really explain. I remember one story that for some reason always stuck with me is he was saying that he felt like he was being followed by like MIB, like Men in Black, or an agency. And he was just saying he was on the phone to Britney Spears to do Saturday Night Live or something. And he was on the phone to her and he saw a black car like roll by and very shady and stuff. And, like when you're being distracted, like he's on the phone, so he's trying to, do like a multitask, I guess. He's on the phone and something's, struck him as a bit strange. But he said like by the time he turned his head, that vehicle was disappeared and gone or whatever. And he just like, that was an experience that he said he couldn't explain and it was very weird to him.
Yeah.
I just remember that was one story of, a lot of stories or whatever he spoke about, but that one stuck with me. And I guess it's because I've heard experiences from people in real life, or I've heard experiences with MIB, for example, with, obviously anyone that looks into those sort of subjects will be exposed to them. But also I've had people in real life that have told me their experiences with them, which a lot of times, it's like they're always listening. It's like maybe I'm Men in Black. But it's like they're always listening because they'll just rock up in a very
This bloke again.
He's actually got a profile picture this time. I've got to see this.
Yeah.
This is worth me pulling out the old mobile for. There's normally like just no
someone else.
No, it could be, but it still tickled my fancy.
Mm-hmm.
What's been happening? You're into town, Cody?
Not much really. Yeah, not much.
So it's probably no doubt it's probably not that person, but yeah, very interesting.
No, this is a whole new one. This is a whole new one compared to the one that was just on. The one that was just on was my birthday in 2014. I thought it was pretty creepy.
Oh, this one's 27th of March this year that it was created.
Oh, okay.
One got blocked and he just created another one. So.
Oh, it was so created a few days ago, but I guess they have so many accounts, like they have a bit of a backlog.
It's just weird.
It's like scroll through all of the ones and work out the one that's
borrow some of your time, bro. Can you give me some of your time because I don't have enough time. You have a whole lot of time to be creating a bunch of YouTubes.
Mm.
And his is that's a channel. That's not just a signed in account with an email like through Google. Like that's you went out of your way, bro. Congrats. Like I spent an hour and 10 minutes looking through Adobe stock. Like you want to do my job for me, bro? Like for free?
You know what's funny though? I put it as subscribers only get to chat, so these weird accounts have to sub to my channel to be able to speak their nonsense. And even if we ban them or whatever, it's making the number go up.
What's that old saying? Any advertising is good advertising.
Pretty much,
The last comment.
With them frozen burger eating crackers.
Maybe it's Murray.
Oh, that's funny.
Nah. This person's been around pretty much since I started doing live streams. Really, probably a few live streams into them, and like we started banning them just because at first we let them go, but they just speak nonsense. After a while, we got rid of them, and Cody and other mods got rid of them.
Yeah.
But it was funny when we'd like get rid of one, and then it would come back and the color would change. Like the
Oh yeah, yeah.
the little, they didn't change their picture, but the color will change, the J or whatever it is.
Well, Becky's got a good point there. Tell them to sub to all of us on our accounts, how get our accounts up. Yeah, go for it, man.
You'll be
we have to
famous in
wait.
no time.
We have to wait for Roger. We have to
right?
wait for Roger to come on to do the promo for us. He's the
Yeah.
promo man.
I
He's our
appreciate
promo man.
The promo king.
trouble. He is. I'm like, I just need a clip of Roger giving us a shout out, and that's just gonna be like, it'll be my outro of Roger giving everybody a shout out. Go follow all of these pages, have him do a shout out for me, and have him put it on the end of my outro. It'd be like the one of the channels, one of the TV networks around here has their studio people, like all the people that work behind the scenes, their family is allowed to send in like a soundbite of them saying this tagline. And so at the end, it's like every time. So if it's like one of the producer's kids saying it, but when they were kids saying it, like they're full grown now, but it's like a picture of their face and their voice. So like they get like 3-second credit for saying the outro for that. It's pretty cool. Like just to be, because G knows when it comes to editing, like you don't see anyone, you don't talk to anyone. When you're editing mode, you're like in the zone, you're focused, you're not, screwing around. So
yeah, I was trying to line everything up perfectly on the last video, and all the little parts I put in there, and the times going up and up and up. I'm like, this is like a 20-minute review.
I liked it though. I've told you that a million times. I like it when you put your content in, because it forces me. No offense to anyone else who does food reviews. If I watch yours and I'm having to speed it up, because if you're not doing something to catch my attention, it's got to be short. And G does that. G, you have me go, hey wait, like I'll hear something on my headphone and I'll run back to my tablet to rewind it so I can watch it again. So like it's even if it's just a little bit even if it's just a little like, what was that doing, like noise or something like that, like even something midway through, you're gonna get someone like me who's a serial watcher and I will watch your content, I will like your content, I will watch it all the way through to leave a comment that's not necessarily spoilers but gives you my input.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. I'm the troll. Is the G page up right now? Like I went looking for it. Are we on the G page right now?
It is. There's no one on it, but it is linked.
Damn.
It is linked. I'm gonna go check. Oh, there it is. It's too far down on my list. Oh, that's where all. Really, Brad? I didn't see that comment until right now. Oh, you just put it on there. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
All music. Okay.
Becky's about to have a rubber dub in the plastic duck in the bub. He's about to put his feet up. About to have a bubble bath.
What if he's got a rubber ducky?
That's when you know it's getting interesting, when he wants to head off and
Oh, I love it. I'm having too much fun.
Oh, they got some ape emojis. They got a gorilla. They got a orangutan. They got all of the main culprits. All right, back to this. All music can be porn music. What? Did I miss?
I was going to say, he just put it on there, and I was like waiting for you to see it.
I tried it. Beethoven made good porn music. Is he talking about porn music or music that you can, make love to?
Because of what Paul wrote, he went to the G channel. And when he wrote it, I was like, I just saw this. Oh crap, he just wrote it. Never mind. I thought it was from earlier, but no, it was from right now.
Dogface is very rider. You don't see him too Aussie, putting in effort, and the effort he puts in is trying to smack down another, McDonald's burger as fast as he can. The dude's eating fast food like it's going out of business. It's like the Cooking Monster, but the fast food monster. Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
Don't you eat anything else in that?
It's like he'll do a video and he'll put like one extra patty in like a burger, and it'll be like, yeah, this is worth doing content for. I've added an extra bit of beef into this. They see me trolling. They hate it. I'm trolling dirty. Got work tomorrow, so need to be asleep early. Oh no.
Oh.
Becky's going to have a late fishing adventure. Or an early fishing adventure. Oh no, Spaceman Mark's got his dessert.
Yep.
If you was on another channel, Mark, you'd get told off for eating that. Or you're making me hungry. Funkin' hungry even.
Exactly. Nothing like a bit of ice cream. Well, it's like 23 degrees here right now for me. So that's about 73 Fahrenheit for you, Mrs. Austin. You going to sleep? You look tired.
No, my eyes. I've been scratching at my psoriasis, so my eyes are really puffy. It is 41 degrees here, so that's 4 degrees for you guys.
Oh, Jesus.
I always say the cold weather is when ice cream's the best. When it's hot, like people are like, oh, I like ice cream when it's hot in summer. It's like it melts, it goes sticky all over, goes all over your mouth, it goes all over your hands, it goes all over. You guessed it, the old neighbor's cat. So how did my ice cream get all over that cat? You just blame the sun.
You sure it's ice cream?
Or cat.
One of the would you rathers tonight on our podcast was melted ice cream or cold French fries. Which would you rather have, melted ice cream or cold French fries?
So what I put up Dogface's comment and I didn't end up reading it. He put an extra piece of uncooked bacon, mate. Oh, so Dogface watches bloody Too Aussie. I can't blame him. Can't blame him. He is my hero. I was gonna say I look up to him, but I'm pretty sure he seems like a bit of a short bloke, so I probably have to look down at him.
Up to all of us. I'm pretty sure he is short.
Yeah.
I've never watched his content.
Neither
I've heard you talk about him heaps of times, but
better content to watch. Like, geez.
I will give him his credit. He is better than Rolfus and Robbo the Disabled Vlogger. They're like watching bloody paint dry.
I loved how you spliced in that comment from Robbo, where he says, "Oh, it's going to be a long stream." That was just, or a long video, whatever it was.
This is going to be a bit of a long video or something.
Where are you in the greater of the United States? Becky, I'm guilty. I watch him. I have to fast forward to Aussie, and it's not necessarily that I don't like his content. It's I don't understand what he's saying, so it's on the caption. So I just read the captions. Like I don't.
Which one? Who don't you understand?
Too
Funkin' Hungry.
I can't understand.
Oh, because he talks like a 12-year-old, like how he's like SJ, and it's just
a lot of what he says. Like I don't get it. Like it's an inside joke for Australians, and I'm like, I'm not Australian.
It's not even really that. They're called SJs in Australia, and it's like this new. Well, it's been around for a while, but they talk like pig Latin and stuff. That's why he says "eat swar," and which means sweet, and he just. I don't know if you when I did used to watch him as old
Okay,
content, he
I'm not
was
gonna lie.
himself. He was himself, and he was just like a typical sort of Aussie bloke. Now he's like trying
Okay.
to be like,
Okay,
you know, like
I was
he's
there
trying to be
for
a
the-
character.
there
He's trying
when
to be
it
a
started.
character now.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. Like some of his videos were fine. It wasn't that they were long,
Yeah.
you know. But
well, he
they
was
were,
just like a typical bloke, and he would just, you know,
Yeah.
But now he's like, oh yeah, baby, get jiggy with it. Oh yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's like he thinks he's bloody Will Smith. You know? Oh, back to MIB, the Men in Black.
Like I said, I couldn't really understand what he was saying. And again, I don't go. I'm sure I'm speaking for the majority of people who come to YouTube. I'm not coming to YouTube to feel stupid. Like I'm coming here to learn something. I'm coming here to figure something out. But I'm definitely not coming here to feel dumb. Like I'm not coming here to feel stupid watching your content. You're not going to keep me here watching your content if I'm going to feel stupid or degraded. You know,
every time he goes through drive, like he goes to get McDonald's, it's like a bloody kid in a candy store, and it's like, dude, you've had this like probably 20 times this week, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a McDonald's burger. It's like I kind of try to spread this stuff out, and I obviously review when they have new products, which are normally rehashed stuff that's been around a year.
But I also
before.
rubberneck at accidents, so that was the rest of what I was trying to say. Like I do watch, like I watch a lady pick out Reddit stories and read them. Like I could read the Reddit story myself. It's just her as the content creator is enjoyable. She's funny. She adds to it. I can only watch you eat the same McDonald's hamburger before you grade it, whatever you're going to rate it, knowing that I'm probably never going to try it myself, for one. And for two, it's the same thing you had the last time that I, like a few videos ago that I watched. So I kind of lost.
Mark polished that off.
I didn't feel like I was watching anything new.
He was hungry.
It was a new one.
Funkin' hungry.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, you're in Illinois. I am in California.
I'm from the Midwest.
So I'm going to have to go and watch his channel now just to see what you guys are talking about.
Mark's going to be hooked.
Yeah, no. But that's the reason why we watch YouTube, or most of us, is the videos we watch do have some sort of entertainment.
Yeah,
value
when it
to
comes
them.
to Two Aussie, you can watch it and learn not to do that.
I'm not here to watch a either. That's the other thing.
Act like a 12-year-old wigger that's in Australia and using teenage words and stuff. But yeah, you know what happened one day. I'll probably collab with all these people that I'm talking shit about.
I don't know about a collab. I could see a
We should have one of those. We should have like an old-fashioned roast off, where it's like a game show situation, and we have to roast each other.
No, not even a game show. It could be like American politics, where he says something. Okay, rebuttal.
Yeah.
like if you're talking like a rap battle where you get 3 minutes, that might not. That might be.
Yeah, I'd feel bad for him. I'd feel bad for him and have to start paying out myself a bit, just to not make him cry.
Joanne, I am 17 miles from the Oregon border, so I am in the highest mountains parts of. Well, actually, not the highest. I'm there's volcanic rock where I'm at right now from Mount Shasta. That's how, from the last time it blew the top off of it, it got all the way here. So
G'day, Dogface.
Didn't you used to collab with some of these guys, G? I know you.
I did. We need Roger here to explain the situation. He explains it the best.
Right.
Supposedly I changed after that 200 episode of the crusty bun.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
old
where
crusty bun.
he was trying to make a list.
Yeah, he was trying to make a list, but yeah, Grandma Tazdaz and Doofus, some of the others said I changed and all the rest of it. And the funny thing was, though, they was in on it. Good old Grandma Tazdaz, he was the first one out of everyone that I knew that was saying that he was over Robbo and all this stuff, and I'm fucking over him now, because he was rude to a few people for different reasons. And then, all of a sudden I changed.
Yeah.
And everyone started hating on little old me. But I think Cody said it the best.
No,
I can't say any more. That's the full stop.
I don't know how you changed. Your content hasn't changed. If anything, I feel like you're spending more quality time on your content. You're not necessary, and the other thing, you're not waiting for someone else to put out content so that theirs can get a chance against yours. If that makes any sense. Like when you fall into a groove and a group of people, everybody has their, well, I go first, okay, you go second, well, I go third. Why does I want to go last this time because she got a bunch of follows and she got a bunch of subs and she got a bunch of comments, she got a bunch of likes, so I want to go last this time. Well, they went second this time, now I want to, just make up your mind, say it out loud. But
yeah, Stylesy very correct there. The vlogger was rude to Donna a couple of times. She has eating disorders. He came on for some reason. He was happy. I think he just had a tomato sauce sandwich or some shit. And he came on hell proud as punch, oh, here I am, I'm gonna on live stream eat. I can't possibly wait until after the live stream. I have to eat it here right now. He ate it, and then Donna was saying that she was struggling with food stuff at the time with her eating disorder. And I remember I just said to him, do you mind if you eat off camera, because she's struggling.
Yeah.
It's my stream, it's my channel, or I shouldn't have to do this. Oh, where's the tissue, mate?
And again, I will speak on having someone become openly honest or open and try to deceive people on live that they are jealous of someone else's recognition. You're not putting any effort into editing any of your information. You'd rather just go live than go live. Do all your stuff live. Be the guy that does all of the stuff live. It's a different forum in YouTube. I can do more things adult on mine. Mine are all set up so that no kids are watching mine. Mine are not recommended to children at all whatsoever, because I know mine is an adult content and I don't want to. I'm not saying my intention is to get on here and be inappropriate for children, but I'm saying I know that not all parents. It's like they're trying to show up. It's like this is the mirage right now. Like they're trying to hide us all from the truth, which is AKA Mark's chair.
I ain't afraid of no ghost. Something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? I reckon that's
I for some reason cannot delete him off of my TikTok. It's on there. And I blocked him. I don't know how it's on there. I keep getting random notifications from, I even put hide this channel from me. I don't want, he's all knowing almighty. The hand. I keep getting notifications and stuff like that for, who was it?
Jim Carrey, the claw.
One of the other, right? The claw. It's another one of the channels that I was following. Oh,
yeah. It's like what Becky's saying. He gets channel notifications even though he's not following it. I get 2 Aussie ones. Sounds like Styles. He's looking forward to catching up for a lovely date with crusty bottom.
Oh.
Somebody should send him the link to this show,
Yeah.
Oh, he's watching.
or even this even the review you did of that frozen burger.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
did
sure
get one. I did get one dislike. It took a while, but I got a dislike. I'm like, yeah, I
Hey.
wonder which one of the Scooby Gang that was.
Well, you're doing something right when they start disliking you.
Yeah.
Oh. Tell him to get fucked.
I would if I knew which one it was. Well, doing the video was
Yeah.
basically my way of saying "get fucked" with Cody. I was basically saying it to all of them. Besides Murray, I don't mind Murray. I don't have an issue
Yeah,
with
he's
him. We
alright.
had a bit of back and forth, and
Mm.
but he did what I asked him to do, which was eat the fire noodles, the spicy noodles, and yeah, it took a while,
Yeah.
but I got around and ate that frozen burger for him. So a deal's a deal.
Yeah.
And I could have been bitter or whatever, but I gave him a bit of shit. But I kind of do that to anyone really, anyway. But I did give him a shout out and put his channel in there.
You'd think he'd have the decency to come on and say thanks for doing the review.
Well, he did do a comment, a pretty big. He did put a pretty big comment.
Yeah.
I didn't even read it.
Oh, he's probably smoking his crack pipes and eating his frozen burgers tonight. I'm only joking, Murray. You know I love you. But yeah, he's probably on the old. He's probably on the old tin cans with his friends. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right, Stylesy. Wasn't he going down there for a vacation or something? He was going to meet up with relatives.
Well, Becky, I reckon that's
Oh,
fishing
no.
a bit there. I really reckon he's going to come and see me out of everyone. I reckon I'd be the last one.
If you see him, G, just run.
Yeah. Oh, I could just walk.
Doesn't that have to
Yeah,
do
that
with
too.
doesn't that have to do with the 3 days at Grand Station, whatever, da 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 da, something about his vertigo, can't go upstairs, da 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 da.
Well, apparently, didn't he tell all of you guys that he was scared to get on planes, and then there he is now being a plane spotter.
Mm.
Or actually, I meant he was going there to get subs for super chats.
That to me doesn't make any sense, but at least he's not paying for other things.
Oh, he's going to be. He's probably spending hundreds on OnlyFans.
Probably.
I say that because I'm that is a prime example of why I would never put content like that online. Like, just because of the thought of that, him, any version of him, just
Mm.
no.
Oh, well, good old Caitlin got to see a lot more of a lot more than she bargained for. I could imagine how erotic it is, having a bit of a naughty chat with the fella.
Mm.
Do you want to wipe my crusty bum?
Oh, fucking hell.
I think at some point I would have started live streaming the conversation so that I wasn't the only person on earth who had to die with that information in their brain.
Oh no!
That's
Now
how
everyone knows. Hello, now everyone who watches this knows.
I'm just saying that's
yeah,
what I would
that old crusty
if
bum.
put in that situation.
Instead of
I
crusty
think-
crabs, crusty bums.
Well, just why?
Anyway, now everyone's got that lovely
Bloody
image
rubber.
in their head. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Right about now, we need Roger to rock up with his, lovable, drunken Salem self. He can sing us some of his sea shanties.
Yeah.
Roger, where are you? Maybe, we're talking about the Twilight Zone and stuff.
Right?
Maybe
Say,
if we all if everyone in the audience and us
Beetlejuice.
concentrate enough, we could summon him.
Beetlejuice.
Maybe-
Probably.
Maybe we just get Roger to turn his computer on, leave it running, and watch the door, swing slowly.
Here's the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Brad will come on and ask about his energy rating, and
Oh, that's gold.
I've got 880 now. I must have a few lurkers that have to.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna try to chat in.
Or maybe another person has watched the. I don't know what to name it, so I just my best food review ever. Because when I was editing this,
Love
I'm not one to blow smoke up my own ass, but I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. Especially when I was like trying to find stuff that suited the moment, like just, yeah. Especially that 2 Aussie one with him like dancing around and drinking a drink. I'm like, what the hell? I wanted him to say like, oh, that's totally eat swar is what he always says, but then when I come across that one, I'm just like, this is so ridiculous. I have to share it. It was so stupid.
Maybe we should share the video now, and you could go and take a break and take Sol for a walk or something like that.
He's sleeping. His feet are like.
Oh yeah.
His feet are twitching like a little bunny rabbit.
Oh, that's
cute. Peter's excited about the old crusty bum.
Mm.
No, it's a callback to a certain vlogger that we used to talk to.
Mm.
He's still around. He's still on YouTube. You can find him.
Even stupid moments like when I was trying to get the sauce out and it just kind of exploded. I'm like, premature ejaculated.
You're a soy boy.
Yeah, I'm official now. I've had so much soy.
So it's not marketed as a veggie burger, is it?
No, it's a cheeseburger, but like a beef one, but it's only got 26%.
Yeah.
You know when they put so much filler in it, that's why I don't like a lot of pre-made burgers, the cheapy ones, because they don't really taste like beef. They just have that really bready taste, where it doesn't. It's like, say if you make a burger from 100% beef, like just real beef, and you make it yourself, you might add a seasoning or whatever, and then you have like the cheaper ones. It's normally the like box of 10 or box of 20 beef patties, like the cheapy frozen ones. You can get some good pre-made ones. I've had some good ones from Coles and stuff, but yeah, it's just like that, where it basically tastes like nothing, but it's just like has that bready taste, has no beef flavor to it at all. So there's probably more flavor in a piece of cardboard,
Probably.
Especially if old Krusty Bums rubbed himself on it. I swear, sometimes I just need to shut up. This stuff comes to my head. It's like it comes to my head, so I like have to say it just so everyone else has to put up with it.
And to be fair, you haven't been drinking alcohol. You're only drinking water.
Water. I reckon I'm worse if I'm not drinking. Because most of the time when I do reviews, I'm not drinking, and the most random, outlandish shit that comes into my head. Yeah, but I kind of plan to make that on the menu cheeseburger video, kind of funny and all that stuff. I knew I wanted to put some Murray in there, but that was kind of a given because he did a video about me, like a little skit with his friends, when he was like saying, "Oh, they, gee, funkin' hungry hasn't ate his on the menu cheeseburger yet." So I knew that I'd give him a bit of shit back, which he's the type of guy that can handle it. But when I it's like I didn't plan to say, "Oh man, this has a really crusty bottom." Speaking of crusty bottoms, Robert, the disabled blogger, likes crusty bottoms. that was just like, you know, like it just came out of nowhere and just.
You've said his name so many times now. People are going to go and check out his channel.
Yeah, speaking of that,
no.
the new Beetlejuice is coming out soon. You know, if you say the name enough, they'll come. Good old Michael Keaton.
What, they're actually doing another one, are they?
Yeah, they've got the trailer for it now. It's going to have Winona Ryder back. It's going to have obviously Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton. It's got Jenna, or is her name Ortega? You know, the one who played the new Wednesday Addams.
Yep.
Wednesday. She's quite popular in a lot of stuff now. She's in the new Scream. Yeah, I don't mind her. She's been in a few films I've enjoyed, but yeah, she's like the daughter of Winona Ryder's character. And remember, they had the way Beetlejuice used to be summoned. They had that big kind of tabletop town, and it used to have Beetlejuice. But yeah, it's very Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Oh, there's Mr. Krusty Bottom in the chat now. Come to eat his frozen burger.
Oh.
I have no idea who G is talking about, but I like the mystery. I'll let his words paint the picture. Okay, Dogface, just picture this. Picture, you know, this is no disrespect to homeless people, but just picture the most grimy, hairy, dirty individual that you could ever picture. You know, dirty nails, dirty face, dirty ass. I think that's enough of that talk for tonight. Oh man. Oh, Roger's here. After I've just made myself cry. Roger's going to come and save us after I just made myself cry by just saying the most random stuff.
I thought I was seeing things.
Yeah, I thought I was because I had to, until Cody said it. I thought I was just crying and seeing, you know, a mirage or whatever. I thought I was in the desert too long and I was seeing, you know, hallucinations. But yeah, just before I move on from the subject, and I will, because I'll get back into G rants in a minute. Dogface, just picture someone doing food reviews and has the most dirty nails that you could possibly imagine known to man. You know, like you've been just digging for gold in the dirt, and then all of a sudden you've gone and ate a burger. Oh no! Here you go, Dogface.
Oh.
He actually looks really good. There.
Like, yeah, it's probably one of his better ones.
Yeah, he just looks like a farmer saying, "Get off my lawn" with a shotgun there. Get off my lawn.
Holy fucking shit.
Peter's like, you just described me when I used to come home from work.
Yeah, but
He
Peter,
looks so
you
depressed.
used to work. That's the thing. This bloke doesn't.
And Peter, you probably had a shower, you know, maybe if it wasn't straight away, you know, you probably at least once a week. Oh, man.
In all respect to
He's
Mrs.
going to be in
Austin,
a
we
coma
probably
after
shouldn't
all
show
that. I think everyone's got PTSD after seeing that one.
Especially Krusty Bottoms.
Yeah, we're still talking about the cheeseburger, aren't we? One of the weirdest things about that cheeseburger, though, is that
totally.
I know the fake cheese is very, you know, like it's kind of, you know, the name plastic cheese and stuff. But that cheese was like yellow, like this paint. Like, especially once it was cooked, it was even worse. It looked like, you know, Mrs. Austin is modeling her sippy cup there. Oh, you.
No,
got
show
the
you the
layers.
yellow. Do you see the yellow of my cup?
Yeah.
That's
It was
how
more
yellow
radi-
these was.
it was more radioactive, like a really bright one though. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna eat this. And even when I was eating it, I don't know. Yeah, that might have been when I was eating the McDonald's. Actually, they all become one video after a while. But I pulled out like a hair, and I just laughed to myself. I'm like, the shit I do for a video, I swear, the shit I eat. Dill pickle. Isn't that the Rugrats dad?
Mm.
I love
Mark might not have seen Rugrats. My sister used to love that growing up.
I very vaguely. I
Yeah,
remember it.
Nickelodeon, Rugrats. His name is Dill Pickles, isn't it? I believe the dad.
And Pickle is the little one.
What?
The littlest.
Yeah.
Going with cheese after the last comments.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
littlest
that's right.
one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
one that's born right before the show's ending. His name's Dylan. So they call him-
Like Tommy's little
Dill.
brother or whatever.
What a deal.
Yeah. I won't see. Sometimes I don't say what comes to mind. Like, oh yeah, that's even probably too much for me. I think Peter's still making crusty bottom jokes, but I fancy one. But
Oh, here we go.
what did Roger say anyway? 30 minutes and he'll come on or something.
Hmm.
He'll appear.
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
looks of his ancient Sumerian text that he's wrote, I have a funny feeling that he might be a bit lit.
No, not Roger.
That's gonna be fun.
Should be interesting, that's for sure.
All right, before the star of the show gets here, does anyone else have anything they want to discuss or talk about? We'll move on from crusty bottoms.
Yeah, well, I want a pay rise.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe you have to go ask the apes how they do it.
Yeah, let's get
Go
away
to-
from that.
Go
Yeah,
to
not me,
go
isn't
to the go to the zoo and find your nearest gorilla, or great ape. And I mean, it's even in their name, great apes. I mean, they don't call us great humans, do they? So they've got the better title than us.
Yeah. Yeah, it was,
I don't think Mark agrees with that one.
I'm just no, it's not that I don't agree, but I mean,
You're not a
We
fan
call
of
it-
apes.
no, I don't mind grapes, but we're Homo sapiens,
So we're all gay.
just about.
Uh,
At least
Yeah,
we're not.
Must be.
Well, I suppose some of us are. We sometimes we're Homo erectus.
Mm.
interesting. Well, actually, speak for yourself there, Mark. I'm a hypersapien.
Yes, you are.
I didn't
from-
want to bring that up
Yeah, yeah.
on the chat. But I remembered. I'm sitting here and I'm going, and I looked over at my posters and I was like, oh yeah, that's who it was.
You know the Jesus story when they put him in a basket. They got that story wrong. It was me, but I was in like a little orb, metal orb, kind of like Superman a little bit. But Superman's overrated. Even though I've got a couple of his shirts and read a couple of his comic books and watched a couple of his films. But yeah, we won't get into all that. He wears his underwear on the outside. I mean, what a plonker. He doesn't even know how to dress properly. What did he do? Dress in the dark? Well, didn't he used to dress in a
Who the
phone
hell
booth?
was that?
So I guess we got to
Yeah.
give him a bit of credit. I used to spin around and go, "Oh bloody hell! I've got my socks on inside out, and I've got my underwear on the
Yeah.
And how inconvenient would a cape be? Like you're trying to fight someone, and then a cape's like flapping in your face, and you're like, "Oh, I can't see."
But if you're Doctor Strange, you use it to your advantage.
You just like throw it around, and it just
Mm. Well,
Although-
Batman used his cape for an advantage.
he did. But
Batman and
Batman-
Superman capes didn't have a mind of their own. Doctor Strange did. That cape had a mind of its own.
Who wears underwear these days? Exactly. Yeah, they should just have Superman cruising around nude, shouldn't they? Just genitals flapping in the wind, and just, like he's trying to fight. He's trying to fight someone, and someone gets turkey slapped.
Does he have the balls of steel?
Yeah, that's it.
That would be my question.
Imagine you're sitting in jail and you ask the dude, "Oh, how did you get arrested?" "Oh, yeah, I got hit by Superman's slong and it knocked me out, and then I got arrested."
Big old mark on his
Yeah, the schlong of steel. It was like getting hit by a baseball bat. Took me right out. That'll give Joker something to laugh at. Why so serious? Oh, hello, Adrian. How are you? Oh, people are using my government name. Oh no.
Bloody hell.
That's a gotcha, huh?
What's
Use
that?
your real name. That's a gotcha. Call you by your real name. That's a
Oh,
gotcha.
it's because obviously I promote on Facebook and stuff, and on Facebook I use my real name, even though this is technically my real name, but it's not, a given name by my parents. I was just telling my origin story as well, and then it just ruined my origin story. People are like, "Oh, wait a second. He was saying he was an alien from another planet. That's a pretty un-alien name."
Would you?
But how are you, Adrian? Thank you for jumping in. And
So, would you rather have a superpower that had to do with?
who says I don't?
Okay, if you had to have a superpower that was an element, which would you choose?
I don't know why I like fire. Just I don't really like what it does to the environment and stuff. But like when I used to play Pokemon, the video game on Game Boy, I used to like Charmander. I used to have them. They had the different cartridges. I had the red one. Oh, red's my favorite color as well. So I don't know, red, fire. In Fantastic Four, I do like all of them, but I kind of like Human Torch as well, flying around naked on fire and stuff.
For me, it'd have to be invisibility.
Hang on, where's Mark gone? I can't see him. Did he just go invisible? Oh, we saw your power before when you left, and we saw the little ghosty ghoul in the background. That was you, wasn't it?
That was it, yeah.
And then your hand came, and
Well,
I think that I would have.
I've
I'd
got
have
the
to
power.
manipulate the weather. I think I would want to do that.
Which one? Sorry.
Manipulate the weather, like storm.
Yep.
Or Captain Planet. Who remembers Captain Planet?
Mm.
They all
Yeah,
put
but
their
wasn't
powers
that
together.
like clean. Wasn't that like reduce, reuse, recycle? Like, wasn't that the whole point of that commercial?
Yeah, but they had. Captain Planet had all the abilities, but they had to summon him with these rings, and they had like fire, wind, and like they had elemental powers, and then they summoned Captain Planet. To go get those litter bugs and make him tell him no, and shake his finger and tell him to put the litter in the bin.
Yeah.
Put him in the bin, or I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was different to Battle of the Planets.
And Planet of the Apes.
Mm.
Oh, what's that coming out of her nose? Spaceballs? Oh, it goes to Planet. That was like a parody of Planet of the Apes. They rock up on the horses.
That was
God, what is that?
That was
Yeah,
fantastic.
the voices. What's that coming out of her nose?
Oh.
Spaceballs. Rick Moranis. He was in such good films.
Aye.
It's all right there, the Aussie Brony. You're not getting out of this. Tell us what superpower you would have.
No, I'm stuck here.
You're stuck here. That's not a very good superpower.
Yeah.
Well, you could have at least said You could have at least said Mr. Fantastic because he can make his appendages like expand. You know, he could be in any or an outie depending on the situation.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
Well, yeah, it's not just his arms and legs that he's stretching. Well, maybe his third leg.
Why though? Why would you want? Okay. Actual logistical question. Why would you want? Why would you want that to happen?
Yeah, well, that's
like,
why
at a
his
certain point, like a balloon. Isn't there like a certain can't go back point? Like there's gotta be.
That's why his missus was Mrs. Invisible because she kept getting annoyed with all of his shit and just like I'm just gonna disappear for a while and just let him make balloon animals out of himself in the background.
Speaking of disappearing, Brad did for a little bit, and he made another short in the meantime.
Oh, I just had a perfect answer for Mrs. Austin's question. I said, well, you said like elemental powers. But if you didn't say elemental powers, my superhero power would be my mouth, like Deadpool, Merc with the mouth. That's what Deadpool's known as, talking shit.
Yeah, but Deadpool just doesn't die. Like, are you saying you want to be, like bulletproof then? Because like, basically he just doesn't die. Like his mouth doesn't help him not die.
Yeah, he just makes himself so annoying that you want to kill him, and then you can't kill him. Because his regeneration abilities. Oh, that's going to be an epic film though. Deadpool and Wolverine. I've lived like my whole life. I've been waiting for this moment. I love my Wolverine and Deadpool. But Brad's saying I could not stand Captain Planet. I don't know why he was trying to stand him in the first place. Maybe. But Dylan's saying laser vision.
Peter says that he would want to help people in need. My question is like, would you? It would say you had to use your body. So like, would you touch food and it's ready to eat? Would you touch things and it turn it to gold so that they could buy things? Like,
oh, that would have been a great review on the menu cheeseburger. I could have touched it and it was ready to eat. Might not have had a crusty bottom.
Well, because anybody can be a superhero-ish. I have gadgets. I can do stuff. Like, that's not necessarily a superhero, right? Well, I don't know. Batman doesn't consider himself a superhero. So, neither does Deadpool.
Who's Brad talking to?
Who knows?
Yes, Deadpool and Wolverine, can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be so good. Well, Ryan Reynolds, even though he's starting to get in, like, they're starting to put him in films that are just like that new film he's in. If Imaginary Friends looks very cringy to me, but he's the perfect Deadpool though. He's Canadian. He loves talking shit. He has has the physique.
Yeah, but he also can ad lib. That's what he fits the character so well. And I suppose they're putting him in movies because people just love him and they want it. They'll, regardless of how cringe maybe the movie is, they're going to watch him just because he's in there.
Well, Deadpool had a really hard time getting made. They made test footage to. They made some test footage to obviously give to studios or just to give to people that was going to produce it and stuff, and it got leaked, the footage. And it was one of those situations where the fans pushed. Oh, we've got someone here, but we pushed. And yeah, the story is that Ryan Reynolds leaked the footage of Deadpool. But speaking of Deadpool and superheroes, we finally got our own superhero. The Royal Prawn's in the house. We all know what his superpower is.
Hey, Roger.
Fuck yeah.
Hi.
Roger.
There's King G, there's King Mark, the legendary Mrs. Austin, King Cody, and there's ordinary me.
No, there's nothing ordinary.
Oh, you're not ordinary.
That's not bad.
Hey, Roger.
The Royal Prawn's here.
No, you're special to
You've been
us.
too generous, Cody.
He's the
You've been
he's
too
the king of the
thirsty.
ocean.
No.
He makes Aquaman look like a pussy.
I'm 4 hours away from the ocean.
Look at him. He's flying to. He's trying to get the prawns to see summoning them.
Hey, Roger.
He's trying to point out the Energy Star rating for
He left his
Brad.
water heater, not his fridge.
Do you know how Roger
Yes, I
summons the
should
prawns? He goes like this. This is how he summons them. Oh, look, he's going into his fridge to get some prawns out.
Oh, here we go.
Hi, Roger's fridge. Oh, what's he got?
That's Odger.
Oh no, he hasn't had enough. He's cracking some fresh
Oh, no.
ones open.
Nice.
It's either
Ooh,
oh
that's
no,
good.
it's oh no, it's oh yes, oh yeah, like the
Oh, yes.
Kool-Aid man.
Oh.
Oh no, oh no, oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's on the old Indian beers. He's going to be speaking Punjabi soon.
Godfather beer. What you got
Oh,
there,
my God.
Mrs. Austin? Kif. Is that Kif?
Keith.
Kif? Kif? Yep.
Keith.
Kif.
Nah, Kif's the wrong character from Futurama. We're talking about Dr. Zoidberg.
Yeah.
Someone wondering.
Yeah.
Kif or passion. Got that in it.
Cannabis.
Extreme cannabis infused classic soda, purple passion.
So,
Oh,
100
shit.
milligrams of
soft drinks in
THC.
Australia, Cody.
Man, America's on like a different planet than us. Well, you guys are just like
That's for sure.
you're living in a future. You can get THC in a soda. What's that one? Oh, more Keith.
Oh no.
Oh, this one is a cannabis
Oh,
infused mocktail
pineapple.
beverage.
Pineapple.
Pineapple.
Oh, nice.
We know who
Everyone-
loves pineapple.
Everyone loves pineapple, don't they, Mark?
Yeah, of course they do.
And I haven't
Yeah,
lived
even
in
on
one.
pizza.
Oh no! So you need to do. You and Ryan need to do some cannabis-based drink reviews.
We
You put
do
Funkin'
them.
Hungry-
We did one on our podcast. We watched our podcast. That's what we drink. We drink this.
Oh, so then
Then
you'll be
if I-
funkin'.
and I
Then you'll be
should've-
funkin' hungry, and then you can do a food review because you've got the munchies, and then it's like full
He ate
circle.
nachos. Ate nachos after, and I ate another hamburger after.
Nice.
But cheeseburger. But I should have taken a picture of him. He fell asleep in his computer chair and wouldn't get out of it. I'm like, babe, go to bed. And he's like, and looks at the bed, and then he's like, and then falls back to sleep. I'm like, go to bed. Like 3
He
times.
probably thought you said, "Look at the bed." He's like, "Yeah, I'm looking at it." Falls asleep.
And
Oh, so you got it.
and-
He's got it. That's what I've been saying all along. Belongs on a
Ro-
pizza and a burger.
Roger was like that Leonardo
Yeah, that's right.
DiCaprio.
Me today.
That's
DiCaprio
right.
meme when he's like, "Oh, points."
Let's bring the best out of me.
What percentage
Even
does it
when I was
have,
in my cousin's wedding.
Mrs. Austin?
Who are you talking to, Roger?
Percentage?
Myself.
Oh,
Talk to himself.
how was your? How was your? We're not good enough. He needs to, have an intelligent conversation. Oh, he's got his elephant trunk out, searching around.
Okay,
Oh,
so there's
fucking
100 milligrams in the full container. There's 10 servings.
So you can't just skull that.
355 milliliters.
Jeez.
So divide that. So like by
So
10.
do you put
so 35
that with
milliliters.
water or whatever? Like you put a little bit.
We mixed it with water earlier today. Ryan mixed it with water last night, but a whole lot more water with a smaller dose. So we put it in this smaller cup. So it's like the size of this can. That's all this
Oh
is.
wow, that cup looks like a Winnie the Pooh honey jar.
It's just a glass. It's a mason jar the size of a beer or a soda. My kids got it for me for my birthday. I was like, yay! I have a cup
Oh,
I can
nice.
use for my drink. So
And Dogface was
Odger.
asking about you, Odger.
Me.
So
Yeah,
what
you're
I'll do
famous,
is I'll double up the serving. So I'll do 20 milligrams per drink, and I can drink all of this. I could chug all of this at once.
That's a little bit better. That one.
Yeah, that's not
Don't,
bad.
don't mind me. I'm just being, professional streamer.
You're talking about someone who didn't turn on the camera for the whole podcast, even though I saw myself and had no idea that we were on. So,
turn your camera on.
I'll drink this like you would a beer. Like, like we're both sitting and sipping a beer. Like that's what I would do. Ice cold, I'd probably chug it really fast and then slowly drink my second one. But no, I mix these together and drink them in a cup like this, and like go for a walk and like 2-hour walk, and I'll be drinking that the whole time. But I'm using twice what Ryan uses when it comes to this stuff. The flour, no, he can probably consume more than I can because it starts to bug my sinuses, and even though it's supposed to clean all that stuff out, it bugs my sinuses. I use this more often.
I've got 881 subs now. I reckon this bloody on the menu cheeseburger review is bringing all the, what was it? My on the menu cheeseburger brings all the boys to the yard, or whatever that song was.
That's right. It's better than yours, and that's right.
Yeah. My crusty bottom is better than yours.
This one is California.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
And this one is Oregon.
Colorado, 453.
There's a
I'm
little
up.
bit of difference.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
can tell just by looking at. Obviously, they put ours as says CA because other states have started to use it, but Oregon that's theirs. No one else is allowed to use it like that. It kind of looks like Canada to me, to tell you the truth. Like, it looks like the Canadian version, but those are the
Canadian.
that's the difference. That's that tells you.
The
This one's a
Canadians do have the weed leaf on their flag, don't they?
right. This one is a sticker. It can come off. This one is printed. It cannot. Well, I'd have to peel the whole sticker off the thing. With it, the price tag says $16.17 before tax.
We're sorry about that.
Oh,
I can't
fucking
speak
bad.
Canadian.
$16.
I'm sorry
And then-
about that.
I don't see a boot.
What are you talking about?
Manufactured 6/6/2003.
666.
Yeah, it was made. It was bottled 6/6/23, and so it's Best Buy this year. So it sits for 1 year. It can sit for 1 year. So
Is that what they
basically,
call the devil's lemonade?
the same thing with these ones. This one was $4.19, so this one, that's the reason why it was $1. I paid it. This one right here is $18. This one right here, no, this one is $24. $22, and I got it for $1 because it's about to go bad.
That's what I
Yeah.
should do. Reviews
Totally.
of edibles, and then I should record it. I should record the beginning of the review and say what it tastes like, and come back an hour later and see how much gibberish I talk. Like,
Yeah.
that was.
And you think no one's gonna want that? I'm telling you, there are people that want that. There's that guy on TikTok that talks about broccoli all day. and
Funkin'
the
Hungry eats edibles.
And the reason why he does is because, and again, he uses his for mental health. You would be using yours for mental health as well as physical pain management. So I think that because it is a very much like, as much as these are quote unquote measured,
Don't
and
tell anyone. I'll just be using it to get off my face.
this
Well,
one,
woo!
There's always somebody who did that called Cubs Corner.
Oh.
Oh
this
yeah,
one right here
I've
can be
seen-
more potent than this one. You don't know. Like, that's the difference. Like with the Tylenol, I'm gonna take a Tylenol. It's gonna have the same amount of Tylenol
Yeah.
in this one as these ones are, on the other hand, are by measure, like food. So it's pretty much just like with alcohol. Sometimes I've had opened up a 6-pack and it been a non-alcoholic beer, but it was labeled alcoholic. So you have mishaps like that with alcohol, but everything is so monitored and everything is so measured. Like, the cameras, seeing so many frames per second, to quality. These aren't as much. quality.
It's like little Nicky when he turns Pepsi or the Coke into Pepsi. He's like,
yeah,
oh,
like
pretty
you
sure this
can-
Coke tastes like Pepsi.
yeah, you can barely tell the difference. But
Oh, it's pretty good for a first try.
not all of these are as regulated as soda and stuff like that. So you sitting and doing a review of yours to help somebody else, it like I said, it's useful. It's useful because especially when it comes to the edibles, mind you, in the United States, edibles label will state up to, it'll say 1,000 milligrams for the whole chocolate bar. It's
Well, you know how you've got THC infused drinks there. Bloody, we had Solo here, and everyone got in an uproar because it was called Hard Solo, and supposedly, how retarded people are here. You had to change the name because, apparently a little kid's going to walk into a liquor store and say, "I want the Hard Solo," and buy it with their, their ID. I'm 4 going on. I'm 3 going on 6. Oh, okay, little kid. You can have your Solo.
So I know that edibles are in the United States. They are labeled, but they are not not at all. You can get a chocolate bar that has 1 gram of cannabis and another chocolate bar that has 1,000 grams. As long as it's under 1,000 grams, that's all they recommend. That's all they tell you. So you could get a chocolate bar and eat the whole thing in one sitting and be like, I don't feel anything. And your friend next to you is eating the same exact candy bar and is like tripping balls off one little tiny piece. And you're like, what the crap? And you think it's you when it's not. It's the chocolate. So that's the issue in the United States. And then if you go and like try to get black market stuff where like you go to like a farmer's market and they're like, hey, I got some special brownies. Those could be 4 times potent compared to anything you normally have, and it could actually make you sick. Like you can get to where you're vomiting because a lot of people put like this right here. The reason why this has distillate, which is Ryan says it's the smallest granule of measurement for the classification of it but it's a dry flour. Now some people will take their these are covered in
Green apple and rainbow geek bites.
So they're basically these bites covered in
Nerds.
just like that, but the gummy inside of it is medicated. And again, this is Oregon. There's 10 pieces. This one on the back of it, the whole package is 90.8 milligrams. The front of it says 100. So like it's off. It's off. Like they should have added a whole extra. They couldn't even add an extra piece because it would put it over the 100. So it's not even in there. So yeah, that's see right here. It says 100 milligrams. It's not. It's actually 90. Yeah. These ones are amazing. They're super addictive, super easy to overeat these because of how yummy they are. The same
you're like,
thing.
Oh, this is delicious. Oh, wait a second! I just had way too many.
Well, I don't know.
This is gonna be a funky ride.
That's the funny part about the drinks. It's like a can of oil. Like it has the lines to tell you when to stop pouring.
Yeah.
It tells you roughly by weight wise. These are the servings. Not so much. I don't think. Yeah, they don't do it. They don't have it on this one. It's the same brand, obviously, but they don't have it on that one. But it tells you 3 capfuls. Again, it's roughly 35 milliliters. So I don't. Like I said, when it comes to those, it's here nor there. It depends on how much you eat. If you've eaten a lot of fatty food, you could drink one of these. If I had a cheeseburger right now, I could drink one of these drinks, eat my cheeseburger, all fattened and greasy, and slowly just drift off to bed. If I didn't eat the fat, it could take a nap. So there's a lot of reasons to do reviews and why they do them.
Mark's going invisible again. He's using his superpowers.
He's like the guy that does the whole like suck his legs up underneath this thing and he's floating. Like he's just.
We have a question for you, Roger. What would your superpower be if you could have one?
Hey, teleportation.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
I can
That's a
go
good
from
one.
one place to another instantaneously.
Oh,
I
that'd-
see, and I don't think my stomach would handle that. Like even if I
I can
could.
go from here to back to my hometown and back in about 2 minutes.
At least if you
Hell
shit
yeah.
yourself, you can teleport to a toilet.
I know where my toilet is. It's
Yeah, he doesn't even need to teleport. He can just walk there.
My toilet's
He
right
does
behind me.
anyway, doesn't it?
That's
Well,
convenient.
here to the door and go left, and I'm at the bathroom.
So,
So when we all turn up to Roger's place, we know where to go.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Roger.
Probably depends where you find a train station.
Mark knows all about train stations. I'm sure he could figure it out.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I'll be right
so-
back.
I live near one of them.
I forgot my
There's 2
cigarette.
train stations in town. I live near one of them.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Well, it's
So
a
how would
50-50
you-
chance then.
Yeah, maybe we'll teleport to both of them and see which one it is.
And Robert Five Life lives about 2 blocks away from me. Robert Five Life.
Yeah, so if you could
Oh,
teleport,
yeah.
you wouldn't have to walk 2 blocks. Teleport there.
Because all I have to do is go walk down the road a bit, turn left, turn right, turn left again.
Oh, yeah.
Writes all this down in my notebook.
That's it.
In my,
Turn
how
left,
was
turn
your
right, turn
cousin's
left, and there you
wedding?
go.
How was your cousin's wedding, Roger? Good.
Smoothly down the
Yes.
synagogue down Sydney and that.
Hmm. That's good. You get a bit lit there, did you?
We celebrated afterwards. And
In Roger the Pirate fashion.
Was it a traditional wedding in any way, or any particular faith, or
more or less a Jewish wedding and that, because I'm a part of the Jewish faith and that. And my
Oh,
cousins
yeah,
are
yeah.
Jewish as well. And, yeah.
So what is specific to a Jewish wedding? I know Greeks like to
Nothing
smash cutlery.
No, that's Greek.
That's what I'm
Greek.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm Anglo-Scottish, friggin' Jewish.
Yeah.
Freaking
So
Jewish.
no plate smashing.
No, we're not Greek.
Yeah.
Anglo-Scottish, Jewish. Lad.
There you go. There you go, everyone. He's not Greek.
No,
Yeah.
not Greek. I'm not Orthodox. Sorry, all the Greek people out there.
Don't mind the
Right.
Euros though. Shout out to the Greek,
Yeah, but-
the Greek community
I
out there.
stole if there's 2 train stations in town. You have to know where I live. Do
Yeah,
I
I think
live
Star.
near the?
I reckon Stalzy's already
train-
coming to you. He's already travelling there. He's trying to work out the directions.
Yeah, but
Mm.
just
He knows where to
to
go with-
Kilometre West Station, where is the branch line where all the goods trains come from, or do I mean live in near the main line one, which is got Coonamunda to Melbourne main line, and also the Indian Pacific train, which comes from Sydney, New South Wales to Perth, Western Australia, which also passes through Adelaide.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! I'll be having Robbo and Stalzy rocking up, maybe at the same time.
Oh, fuck.
It was the vlogger kicking me
Lucky-
out and throwing me out
lucky
of
that
town. The vlogger.
Lucky you've left now, Cody. Otherwise, I would invite you around.
I kicked the
Gene
vlogger
banger.
back to where he place. I'm trying to
Oh.
prove it's my half brother, Robbo Five Life.
Look who's
Yeah,
here, Roger.
prefer that, Robbo.
Your
Yeah,
mate's
Robbo
here,
is
Roger.
there.
Dave.
You remember? Do you remember the name, Roger?
Here we go.
Which one?
The one, the one there.
That's Cody.
No, the one in the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, it's Cody.
Savadu.
Stolzy.
No, Savadu.
Oh. Ken Fadadu. Fadadu.
Oh shit!
Oh, that was so good. It was better than I could
Everyone's
even
losing their
imagine.
shit.
Cody knew who it was, but I just wanted
Yeah.
Roger to say. I just wanted Roger to say it.
C-E. Cavity.
Oh, you're funny, Roger.
Looks like he's doing a bloody test to see if he needs glasses. Read the letters in front of you, Roger. What's it say? C-E.
C-V-A Cavity. D-A-U Cavity. And it's Stolzy. Oh, Stolzy. Brad.
Oh, this
This
is even this is even better than I could bloody imagine. What'd you say? What's Savadu?
Savado.
What street do you live
man.
on, Roger?
What?
Don't tell us, Roger.
Oh no, it's not like we're live or anything.
Nah, I wonder why Jay's gone for 2 hours and 26 minutes. Have
See if Roger can
Oh,
work
there we
this
go.
out.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Cavadu. Oh, you're a funny man, Roger.
Savadu.
So you, Cody.
I remember,
Cody.
I remember when
Oh,
Dave
you're
came
pretty
on
funny,
once and-
Roger.
Sub to her, sub to him, sub to that legend over there. Country.
I remember when Dave came on once and he's like, oh, Savadu or whatever, and Dave's like, oh man, no one's ever said it
Savadu.
like that. And he explained it, but oh no. Oh, here we go. Not allowed to change your what?
What?
Say what?
Oh shit!
What's this? What's this?
The name is not allowed to change your name. Oh no.
Oh,
The
no.
mystery is Mark's trying to solve the mystery. Look, he's in his flying saucer. He's hovering around.
What
He's in a
town's that
spaceship.
in? Is that
I
Adelaide?
don't know,
Oh, look at that. Goods yards. Ooh.
I wonder how
Looks
good
like-
it is, though.
Yeah, I want, it looks like a
Must be
model
pretty
railway.
good.
Look familiar, Roger?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't see it from this
Mystery,
angle, Mark.
Tell us, Cameron, it's
Jesus,
All
I'm
of-
dying over here.
all of a sudden, Roger's like, "Is that my neighbour's roof?"
You know we're near
Oh.
close.
Bloody
You know when
hell.
they're close where I am. You're going the opposite way. You're going towards Gundagai.
Gundagai. What sort of names are these? It's almost like
Gundagai.
Savannah. Do you?
It's about
Gundagai.
40 minutes away from where I am.
Oh, look at the airport. Look at that.
Oh,
What an airport.
Yeah, that's Coomera Airport.
Oh, this is so good.
Is that
Getting
Savannah?
warm.
Do you?
That's Coomera Airport. You're getting warm.
what did
Oh,
Roger
my
say? It sounded like
fucking
he
Jesus.
sounded like he said. Sounded like he said a
You're getting-
Star Wars species. Like,
No,
Gotta
it's
go, dude.
getting cold. Getting cold going towards the Rodeo Drive.
Oh, I'm in tears.
I know where I am, but it's getting cold.
I wish Roger. I want Roger to be the GPS. You know how you have Siri and stuff and GPS. I want Roger
Yeah, you
to
can-
like, oh yeah, turn left here and
Oh, they should totally do that.
Roger,
You're
Savannah,
going
do you?
cold again. That's Sutton Oval. And that's
Is that an oval?
No sports ground.
That's a
Albert
circle.
Park.
That looked like a circle to me.
I thought it was a
And that's
rectangle.
Redmond Oval. The sports Redmond Oval.
Crop circle.
Yeah. Oh, look, Mark's
So
just left his
turn
crop
right.
circles everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Don't
Mark.
all for a start. Go that way.
Oh,
Oh, look, he can even spin his
That way.
spaceship around. How fancy.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Magic.
He's now he's just showing off. He's just spinning it around.
Oh, you got a pool. Look, there's a pool. Is that your pool, Roger?
Yeah, zoom in
Oh.
and see if there's any naked
That's
aliens.
That's Kilometre
Oh.
Town Pool.
I think there's a naked alien.
I've
in
got
the
an
pool.
indoor and outdoor pool in Kilometre.
This reminds me of Monopoly now. The little let's put a hotel there.
All you have to do, you're getting very close.
Oh no.
If you
Oh
look
no,
at
Roger's
the
getting
pool,
doxxed.
I'm not getting
Roger's
doxxed.
getting
I know
doxxed.
where I live.
Roger.
This can be a new segment of the show. Mark's spaceship. He can travel around. He can travel around and
You're moving away as we speak.
he lives on the oval there.
No, that's a circle.
Crop circle.
As you speak, we're getting a bit cold.
Oh, it's
put a
warm
jumper
here.
on
It's
there,
warm here.
Go put a jumper on if you're cold.
Yeah, it's quite warm.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da.
what a
You
night.
don't know where I live. You live. You're moving
Oh,
in
this
with
is weird.
Oh, you're a funny
that
bugger,
road
Roger.
there. That road there is where I sold my house. Where I
What
moved
color roof?
into the small town.
What color roof? What color roof do you have, Roger?
Grey.
Welcome to the madhouse, Lee.
Welcome.
What color roof
Yeah,
do you
we're
have,
all,
Roger?
we're all mad here.
Does
I've
your
got a
roof
grey roof with a solid.
does your roof match the floors, the floorboards?
Or the drapes.
I was trying to be naughty.
So we're getting,
He looked at it. He's showing us his floor. Hang on.
hang on.
Roger. Oh no!
Grey floor.
Are we cold or warm?
Much a grey second roof.
Oh, he showed us his floor, but no one could see it.
Oh,
No, not that kind of floor. Get your minds out the gutters.
oh says you,
I
G.
can't tell you where I live.
My mind's always in the gutter. So some leaves.
Where's your
There's
favourite
my
hangout,
brain.
Roger?
I've never got a dirty mind.
I live in the
That's
western
a lie.
part of town.
Oh, he's spinning around the
It's
spaceship
from
again.
the Cootamundra Pool.
Just
You
like
can see
where's
the Cootamundra
Wally?
Pool from here.
Is
Yeah,
that,
we can see it. Yeah.
is that where the locals go wee in the water?
There's an indoor there's an outdoor pool
Oh.
which is open in the summer. There's an indoor pool which is open every day of the year.
Oh, now I know where you're going to teleport, Roger. When you need to go
Yeah,
to
into the pool.
you're going to teleport. You're going to go
But
into
my
the toilet. There.
hometown is Tumut.
Your hometown's pretty big. It's like Adelaide almost.
No, that's the town where I live.
No, well, I'm
My
taking off.
hometown's smaller than this.
Oh. Oh, there we go.
I live in Cootamundra.
Oh, bloody hell. Now
Just
Spaceman
where
Mark
I
has
was supposed
really gotten out.
There we go.
Oh, wait a second. I thought
Holy
the Earth
hell.
was flat.
No,
I was born
yeah.
in Tumut, but at the moment I live in
Nah, it's a
Cootamundra.
square.
I'm traveled all over the place. I lived in Adelaide, where my first half sister was born.
Oh,
lived in
here we
Adelaide.
go.
Oh, here we go again.
It's going
In
down.
Robo 5 Life
I think
was
the
born on
spaceship's having,
female.
spaceship's
going
having
down, that's what
problems
she does.
loading.
Cootamundra, 2 hours west of Canberra, 4 hours southwest of Sydney, and I went Robert the friggin' logger.
Logger.
Oh, we love you,
I
Roger.
moved to my hometown if he comes near me.
Robert the
Tell
lumberjacker.
Tell Robbo to get fucked.
Which one?
Where are we now?
The vlogger
No,
or my
no.
half brother?
The vlogger.
Looks like
The vlogger.
Oh, good.
Looks like London. Are you looking for
No,
me?
your brother's a good bloke, Roger.
I'd have to go
No,
to
no.
Southampton for that.
I thought he lived
Actually-
in London.
G and a G.
How's England?
Let's say Cody, he's my half brother, Robbo the Robbo Firefly. I call him Wolfie, but you know.
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Are we allowed to?
I call him Wolfie.
Are we all allowed to call him Wolfie?
Not me.
Wolfie.
Only you.
Oh,
Trust me,
okay.
most-
Well, I
did
hope
used
he's
to
not
like
watching this
American-
stream then.
I did used to like American Werewolf in London.
So who are we going to look?
His
Who are
real
we going to
last
look
name's
for?
Wolf.
Stylesy or G?
Oh, look at. I see what Mark's doing. Is that Jesus in that picture?
Uh,
Oh, some lady. Some person.
Yeah.
No
Isn't Jesus a
reason.
lady? Wasn't Jesus a lady?
No,
No, she was trans.
who? Who's trans?
The only reason I call my Robbo Firefly Wolfman, Wolfie, is
Wolfie.
Robbo
Woof, woof.
Firefly's real last name is Wolfman. Robbo Fulford.
Oh, this is.
Sister
Wow.
was born
Oh.
in Adelaide. My
Pick
half sister, oldest half sister.
Mrs. Austin, you're not here. If Mark goes back out, you can pick a place for it. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Here we go. I see what Mark's doing. Investigator Mark. Oh, we're about to work out which oval he records in. It's got to be one of these ones around there.
Yeah, it wouldn't be far away, would it?
It's all
gotta
different
be
shapes.
close
All
to-
different shapes of ovals.
It's got to be
There's a
close to
rectangle
a,
one.
it's got to be close to a map.
Jesus. Jesus is Mexican. That's called Jesus in Spanish. Jesus. J's
Well,
H.
Jesus.
Jesus
This
is
is
a
his-
Mexican.
Jesus.
This is where he hangs out.
Isn't that where Canadians live? The Hoos?
That's Mexican. Canadian. Canadians speak English or French.
Canadians, the way they speak, a Hoos? Do you want to come
Bonjour.
over?
Jesus.
Who's?
That's a say in Spanish.
Oh, Styles,
Jesus.
you can't get anything past Styles. Eh?
No, he's got his finger on the pulse.
Them areas are the
sidekick.
home of the vlogger.
He's getting dogs.
Fremantle is the home of the Firefly.
I think the vlogger would have his finger on something else.
Oh.
Maybe any post. I think Mrs. Austin is cringing out by.
Oh no.
Fuck.
He's gonna find out where I
Mark
am
was
now.
near me, then he's thinking,
Yeah, I mean it's a
Mark
big
was near
place.
where
Where
I
are you?
live.
Can you do a Cody? Can you do a Roger and say warm, cold?
What, by putting his finger on the pulse?
Things.
Tennant Creek,
Port Arthur.
Darwin, yeah, Darwin.
That's Tasmania. That's home of the Dolphins.
You should go
Yeah.
to merry
I
old,
thought-
merry old England.
Yeah, that's where
Oh,
Lee
yeah.
lives.
There
Maybe
you
we
go.
can
We'll,
find.
look,
Maybe we can find where I used to live.
we'll find Cody. Where is he?
One. I thought
Oh,
Trump.
look. I think I see Cody. Is that him waving at us? Scroll,
Yeah.
zoom down a little bit more. Look, you can see him
I
waving on the map.
Yeah,
Hello.
I thought this.
If you close your eyes, if you close your eyes and squint, you can see him waving.
There you go, Palmerston. That's where you live.
Mark, did you know you were actually very close to where I live, but you pulled out?
Charles Darwin.
When you pulled out.
That's like Trump. My Trump days there.
Jeez, Roger. Now his mind's in the gutter.
I thought you said that you wasn't dirty, Cody. What are you doing?
Me, I'm a clean boy.
Mate,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not
you'd be
like the.
surprised how dirty my mind can be.
I'm nothing
no.
like that
That's
blogger
what
bloke.
Robert Firefly fact.
Yeah, you
That's
have
my
a shower,
sister's fact.
shower at least once a week, once a
Yeah.
fortnight.
I heard that the Northern Territory's clean once a week. So
Oh, I made
said.
Stalesy and Roger laugh when I was talking about smegma, and then I said I felt like
Jesus.
and then I said I felt like a cheese sandwich.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think
Here
Mrs.
we
Austin
go.
might throw up before the end of the stream. Happy.
Happy camp.
Oh, geez, come on. Don't die.
No, center it.
Haven't even had
Center
the
it right back where it was.
I gave him run around, dude.
If you center it right back where it is, that's all of the town. That's it. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
right.
Right there. That you can see it all. I live on the other side of the river. But I can show you where mine were.
Everybody sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
Roger. I think Roger's trying to serenade someone.
Cody, there's
So see the big
and
rectangle
Mr. Austin.
of green?
Thank you, Mario.
Yeah, thanks, Mario.
Yeah, you can't get this anywhere else.
Mario, and Luigi, Mario.
It's
We're all
so
acting
weird.
like a bunch of
Big
clonkers.
rectangle of green, Mark.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry, Mario.
See the big rectangle.
Mario
of green?
Condello. So,
Oh, yep, yep.
That's our high
Big
school.
rectangle. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's an
right.
oval.
Okay, and then if you go to the left, okay, so do you see to the left there's a building that looks like it's all by itself. So it looks like somebody's been driving circles around it. To the left, it's the gray roof.
Yep.
Sorry,
Oh.
go right.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that.
Keep going. Okay, it looks like a cross. Go up a little, and keep going right. Keep going right. There's a blue dot right center in the top of it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
That's where
Oh,
mine works.
yeah.
Oh,
So the
cool.
back side of that building is where I worked. The longest part, because it looks like across the largest part of the building is the daycare that I used to work at,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
and then the building below it is the elementary school, and that's it. There's nothing else. There's a Napa. You want to show the Napa? We don't see the building that has like all the junk cars in the back of it. That's been sold. That's not even a building anymore. There's nothing. There's nothing really else to show you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you type in Independence, you can type in the Bigfoot place. It's 7 miles to the left, like in the middle of the woods.
Ooh, put me.
Out of it.
We have an airport too, but you can't see it. If that makes any sense, because it
Well,
doesn't
that's-
look like
That's the
Here's
airport right there.
I'll send you one to look at after this.
Yes and no.
Mark.
Yes and no. That's our airport.
Mm. Well, it looks like a nice place, Mrs. Austin.
If you scan out a little bit more, you should be able to see the burn scar up 8 miles up. About where you are right now, where the cursor is about where my house is. You just can't see it because of all the trees.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a lot of weed.
I wish,
Yeah,
That's why
right.
they call it Happy Camp.
right? Everybody's medicated.
Oh, of course. Of course. Look at the name.
Right. Actually, it's named after a guy, but his nickname was Happy.
Yeah, but look at the road. I get it now with about Ryan's YouTube channel. I thought that
Oh yeah,
was
Elk Creek. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Roger had to tell me again.
Pulled out. Bloody hell.
You were Roger.
Oh.
Mark, you were almost there. You were almost there.
He was almost
Speaking
there
of-
and then he pulled out.
speaking of pulling out, I'll be back in a
Jesus.
minute.
Jesus Christ! I don't know if you guys can hear that. The rain's getting heavier here.
It was raining out
G
of
stream's going to be demonetized.
Yeah.
I think there may.
It was
or may
raining
not-
here 10:30 Thursday to about 4 o'clock this morning here.
I'll be back in a second. And I'll give Mark the old London tour. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be listening.
Righto. You're always listening.
Yeah, where Lee lives.
I'm just gonna
Yeah, look,
go pull out for a second.
London here. Yeah, I've got a little old Cockney accent.
I
And
just
G thinks he can come in and out of what he wants, yeah.
got to check outside with the amount of rain coming down, guys. I'll be back soon myself as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I sound like an idiot, but G lives in a jolly old London. And I say, there's a lot of animals around here.
Ugh.
What do you think, Cody? You old the Aussie. Sorry, I sound like a total.
Hey, you're right, Roger. That's all right.
It's hilarious.
I just I went to one wedding today. That's about it. My cousin's wedding. That's about it. Felt like a total dipstick.
How many did you guys have? This 2 separate rooms? Is it like Orthodox, or are you talking like it's?
It was
Where you just have
a traditional. It's a
Yeah.
traditional wedding. Like
So you had the 2 rooms, the male and the female room.
no. It's a traditional wedding, bit similar
Okay,
to a Christian
ceremony.
wedding. You know,
Yeah. Okay.
But-
Okay, that makes sense.
bit similar. Bit similar what when you and you, Mrs. Austin, your husband Ryan got married.
Well, no, ours
Yeah.
wasn't traditional, not at all. We got married in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, I got married. My cousin got married in a synagogue. Got a synagogue,
Yeah.
you know, the Jewish worship, place of worship and that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've
And
never
my
been
nearest
to-
synagogue where I live is in Canberra,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, so
which
that's
is the nation's capital.
yeah. And that's how far from where you're at?
About an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow. So it's still and that's pretty flat, right? It's not like you're
It's pretty. It gets pretty hilly in parts too, and you have to go around in circles.
yeah. That's what we do. We have to go around and basically giant spirals on the side of the mountain. Go about 25 miles an hour. So that's like what is that?
And
Like-
guess who designed the Australia's capital city, Austin?
Yeah.
Guess who designed the Australia's capital city?
Yeah.
Roger did.
No, it's American called Walter Griffin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay.
There's an American architect called Walter Griffin. It designed.
Is
the
related to Peter
Canberra
Griffin?
ACT. Mr. Cody, you. I don't know you, Cody. You're cool.
Ah, you too, Roger.
Cody's too cool for school.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fuck school.
It's American architect Walter Griffin. He designed the Australia's capital territory. Because at the time, they tried to design a capital city 100 miles or 160 k's away from Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while there, it was Melbourne, the Australia's capital city. Canberra, Melbourne.
Yeah.
It was Melbourne, the Australia's capital city for a little while, till 1927.
Yeah.
And then they tried to design a capital city of Australia, and Walter Griffin, the American-born Australian architect, designed the Australia's capital city, Canberra.
And why exactly was that? Why exactly did they decide
1927
to-
when Canberra was built. 1920 to 1927. Between 1901 to 1927, Melbourne was the first capital
Yeah.
city.
They just decided to build a new one.
They
That's
actually
what I-
tried to look for areas to get the capital city, you know. Put them in an our southwest called Wagga. That's a city. 75,000 people live in it.
Wow.
There's also Tumut, my hometown, which got 6,100 people in it now. That's directly south from me.
Cool.
So that's
look
the
all over the place, you know. And
what's
some
on
of them-
what's on screen now is the rain we're getting here at home right now. It's pouring down.
How many got a lot of rain overnight, Mark?
Yeah, well, we're getting more now. It's actually, yeah, it was clear today. It was nice,
Wow.
and now we've just
Never
got more
stops.
rain. No, not here.
I did live in Queensland for a little while because my stepfather was in the Royal Australian Navy in Cairns, and
That's pissing down again.
somebody told me there had a lot of rain in Cairns.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
Far out.
There we go. So that gives you an
Oh.
idea on how far it's spread out. I'll
No,
zoom in here. a bit.
Wow.
it's not flooded out, Mark.
Yeah. So right in the middle is Brisbane. I'm a little bit further north,
Oh,
and further north of me, you go up the coast because we're on the coast.
Mhm.
A place called Caloundra,
Yeah.
Maroochydore,
Yeah.
Tewarnton, another place called Gympie.
Wollongabba.
Yeah.
Wollongabba too. That's also suburb of Brisbane. Wollongabba.
Wollongabba. Yeah, Wollongabba is a suburb of Brisbane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's a guy cousin lives in Wollongabba, that's all.
Wollongabba. Yeah. Yeah.
So I learned when doing homeschool with my kids that we have the same type of weather because we have the same type of winds. Just ours is blowing towards us and yours is blowing towards you.
Yeah.
That's the only. I'm like looking at the map and I'm like, I remember this map as a kid, but like for some reason it didn't register. And now the way that they split the map for kids, Australia is half and half. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, the half you are on, Mark, is the half that's by us. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like it's no wonder we get similar weather.
Yeah. So what
Right.
we're looking at,
Holy crap.
what we're looking at now is up and down the east coast of Australia. So we go up as far as we go a little bit further north than Bundaberg, which is right up the top. Bundaberg is about 4 hours away from me, and we go right down.
I used to live in
We
Cairns.
go right down at the moment looking on this view. Port Macquarie is down the bottom. So Port Macquarie is
I know a few people that live in Port Macquarie, New South Wales.
yeah.
I've got a few friends there.
So there's a fair bit of widespread rain at the moment up and down the east coast of Australia and also inland as well. So we're getting some good coverage.
Check
But
out a few
with
there too
with
as well.
righto, Pete, I'll go up to Cairns, mate. So we'll go further north. We'll go
I
up
used to live in Cairns.
Pete's Way.
Oh, my
And,
stepfather used to station in Cairns for the
Yeah.
Hi Jay. Hi Pumpkin.
He's back.
My stepfather used to be stationed in Cairns for the Royal Australian Navy when he was stationed there.
All right, there we go. Here we are. Cairns.
AKA Robert Firefly's father.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robbie
Peter,
Fulfman.
you're not getting any rain at the moment. Out around Herberton and that, and Ravenshoe is. But, so yeah, that's the That's
No,
the
but
old
we-
weather report on the live stream tonight.
Definitely. Where about Perth you live?
That was the weather with
Do you still
Mark.
have? Do you still have that
Sorry,
other
mate.
There's
one?
no rain here. 36
Yeah, mate.
years to go in Perth. Definitely.
Well-
You live in Perth. Because others used to live in Fremantle. That's where Robbo 5 Life and his twin sister was born. In Fremantle.
Well, friend
My
of the
stepfather used to be there.
friend of the channel, Lee G. He's from Little Old London as well.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
as they say
My mother
say
come
in
from little old Wolverhampton.
as they say in Snatch, London, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad weather, Mary fucking Poppins, yes, London.
The haven't changed what my mother say. She's from Wolverhampton.
Chips and beans.
Said the same thing.
Chips and
She's from
beans.
Wolverhampton.
But yeah, so I was born in Hayes, which is West London. If we want to know the street that I was on and the school that I went to was Pinkwell Avenue and Pinkwell School. And then I went to Harlington School, which is basically on the same street. And yeah, this was where little G used to run amok. I used to get up. I got up to lots of mischief around these areas. So yeah, maybe some of it. I wonder if I should say it on live because I don't know if the old London cozzers are going to come to Australia to get me, and I was a minor, I guess.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, you know, they'll get a PC plod. Isn't that what they're called? PC plod to come around.
I
So
wonder
this
if
is
they
it.
get
This
my
is so. This is hometown, home turf. Then G.
Yeah, Hayes, Hillenden Hospital was where I was born.
That's what we're looking
Obviously.
at now, aren't we? Straight in. Is that the hot? No, that's not the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it from this angle. Funny enough, I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I was only born. You know, I woke up and I'm like, why am I flying around?
You know where my
Holy
mother
shit.
lived for a couple of years before she come to Australia from Wolverhampton? My mother
Can
used to
you
go
put-
to a Penfield school in Wolverhampton.
Can you
for a
put
couple
in
of years
street
before
names
she
and it
come to
zooms
Australia
into
at 8
it?
years
Or?
old.
Yeah, should do.
Yeah, did you put in Pinkwell Avenue or?
No, I haven't. I will now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Because I did it not that
Oh, wow.
long ago, and it was a little bit off, just a little bit.
You lived in Australia for 25 years, haven't you, G? 24, 5 years now?
I don't know. I'm not Asian. I'm not that good at maths, but probably about 20,
Racist.
about 21, 20. No, that's given them respect. There it is.
My
So
mother,
this is
my
where
mother come.
this Pinkwell Lane.
Go
This was where little G would walk to the shops and walk to the school.
I just
Little
imagine
fucking
little
hungry.
kid. Can I have this
Yeah,
and this
little-
and this, please?
Do you want to go?
Little hungry.
What's that one?
Can I have little bit of this and
Asking,
this?
asking people if they're fucking hungry.
Yeah, I'd
Sure.
be walking past and they'd look at me. I'm like, "Are you fucking hungry?" Give me a weird look.
Fucking oath I am.
Come on.
I know which school my mother used to go to before she come to Australia.
Maybe Street. Can we go?
And my mother been in
Little
Australia for
G-Bang.
50 years now.
In the United States, when we run
Yeah,
out
my
of
mother
sleep,
gave
we
birth
see
to
them again, yeah.
Robo 5 Live, Roger the Pirate, and two of his sisters.
Street View.
So I think from what I see, if you go right, that's towards right. That's where the shops is. I see at the end of the Pinkwell Ave,
Mm-hmm.
and then it goes into that
Let me.
Dorley or whatever. But yeah, so Joy's Chicken. I reckon that used to be Chef's Corner, but I did research or look at So that on the corner used to be called Chef's Corner.
Mm.
It was another like a chicken burger place, but I did look into it fairly recently, and they went they got taken down because they had bad like food hygiene, so they got closed down.
No,
Obviously,
shit.
and now it's Joy's Chef's Corner. So that's not around anymore. But that used to be the local little chippy shop where me and my friends used to get our little pennies together and go and get
Yeah.
like a portion of chips to share. They had wicked
Oh, yeah.
fried chicken, and they did.
mate.
Sometimes
yeah.
we used to get
Right.
burgers. Like family would get burgers if we, had a takeaway night. They
Right.
had
So
they had what we call off licenses in good old London. And off
I know what you're
licenses.
talking about.
Off licenses are kind of like probably what Miss Austin would call like a deli, but it's
Dillies,
it's
yeah.
it's a place that sells like groceries like milk and bread and
Yeah.
stuff, but you can buy it. It was had a liquor license, so you could buy liquor from there. But I remember
It's got an
we
off license here in Australia too, G.
yeah.
This week got an off license here too.
So
So there's not much difference here to Australia.
I remember the shop on
in Australia.
the shop on the other end, like the opposite to Chef's Corner. That used to do slush puppies. I remember being a little kid and going to get my little slush puppy. Like
Good old
raspberry
slush
or-
puppy.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Sundays.
Oh, wow.
Place in the middle of town is it's called Double J's Liquor and Spirits, but we call it Double J's, and they have their liquor license. They do the same that you're talking about. They sell everything that you would need. If you were camping, you'd go in there and buy food, minimal food, and drinks and liquor and everything that goes with liquor and beer. But they have like a little counter section
So-
area, like freezer, microwave food, and like ice cream, and they do a soft serve machine and everything too. But the slush puppies, yeah, that thing breaks all the time because they use it so much.
So if you jump up to Pinkwell Lane, I believe that's where the schools are. I reckon that big building there is probably the school, or maybe where that car park is.
Usually you'd say.
Wow,
That looks pretty bloody big.
yeah, that looks all huge.
That's what
and-
she said.
Yeah,
Is
that
that
looks
like a military base? That's where they cloned me.
Well, that'd have to be the school going by the.
That's cool. An outdoor play area in the middle. That's cool.
Oh,
court,
yeah.
and there's your football field.
Yeah, that's probably where we went. And I know there was a local club that I played for, and one of my friends, he was really good and ended up playing for QPR, Queen's Park Rangers, under
Parkers,
under 12s or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
So
That's
he
a
was
big oval.
he went on to be a pretty
Queen Parkers.
professional player.
You
That's
wouldn't
the
have
old-
to go to
Big- I
Kelly
love
first,
how
would
big
you?
the properties are. Like you have
Yeah, the
somewhat
gar-
of a front area and then a large back area.
Yeah, the gardens were pretty big there.
Yeah,
Also,
that's-
there'd be somewhere around there. There'd be a cemetery where my dad's brother was buried
Nice.
and his parents. So we used to go there. Like it's a little bit sad, but it still used to be a good memory that we used to go there and water the plants on their graves and put fresh plants down and just
Oh,
all
yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff. But they were all buried.
Oh,
I
nice.
think my dad's mum and his brother was like buried next to each other, and then my granddad was buried like in the same allotment and pretty close together.
Mm.
Well,
But yeah, my granddad was called George. My dad's brother he drowned. He was called George, and that's
Shit.
why I got my name.
Oh.
And my middle name is my dad's name, and then my older brother's name is my dad's name reversed, his first and last name, and then it's reversed. And then I have a cousin George as well. But he has a different last name because his mum was married and he took on his dad's last name. But yeah, they obviously it was a little bit emotional or tragic for them, so they used that name. But yeah, he drowned unfortunately before I was born. I think my older brother was 1 when that happened.
no relation or incentive to be named after King George or anything like that.
Oh no, I can't remember if my granddad was like named after his dad,
Oh,
but the name's been passed down a bit. But yeah, my uncle that I didn't get to meet, he worked in radio, so he worked with a lot of big names. But when he passed, I remember my parents didn't like Rob Stewart because my uncle worked with him and stuff, like helped him promote him in the early days. You know, like when people aren't very well known and say, you know, people help promote them and all this stuff. But a lot of smaller names sent flowers and, you know, their condolences, but he never did. And they just said that he did a lot for him. And it just shows that he, you know, it's that type of thing that when you get a bit famous or money, you know, you forget the people that helped you get to where you are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they all after like they always just said they didn't like him or respect him after that.
oh, nice.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
So
that's
like,
why that's why I mention London all the time because obviously just to muck around with Lee. But yeah,
I don't know if you could see that, Cody, or not, but your face is
That's
just
right.
a symbol over the screen.
Most of my parents come from Wolverhampton, my mother's side of the family. My mother used to go to Wolverhampton Grammar School before she moved to Australia. And we moved to Sydney at first and then moved to Tumut, where I was born. And
yeah,
my mother ended up being a teenage
Sivadu is
mother.
it would get confusing. But what a name for a school? Yeah, Pinkwell School, and then Harlington was
My
the
mother
high
went
school.
to Wolverhampton Grammar School.
That's a mouthful.
Wolverhampton Grammar
Wolverhampton.
School.
Yeah. And I giggle
That's
because
where,
like
that's where my
that's that whole
grandparents were from as well.
Downton Abbey like name is like
yeah.
It's like you just keep going with the endings and add them onto the end of the name. It was It just- and what I was saying is in the United States, every city and every state in the United States has the same 20 something. I want to say almost 30 street names are the same. Their presidents' names, their month names, or no, their presidents and their trees. So like, it's supposed to be like every tree for every state. Every state has a street. Every
Just taking that off, some Cody can't hide behind it.
like it's supposedly like 20 or some in each category. There's supposed to be almost every one of them. So you're gonna have every street, you know, Springfield. Everyone's gonna have a Springfield, or capital names. I think it's capital states. Like it's just, but they all definitely have tree names. So you're gonna have a birch, an oak,
Yeah,
pine. You're gonna have all those ones, and they're gonna be street and or avenues. So like if you run out of street names, they're like, oh, let's start over. It goes back to trees. So then the avenues start, and then we have what is the other one? Like court, another one abbreviation. There's the other one. Circle.
sorry, I only just saw what Styles he said. Should have been named Chippy Corner. Oh,
I know what Styles to be thinking.
because that's what they say in like England a lot. Oh, I'm just going to the local Chippy.
Yeah, got the Chippy, yeah. Don't change for my Mother's Day.
They used to have some. There was a street around a little bit around the corner, like it was about maybe less than a 10-minute walk, and Redmead Road, and it was Redmead Road, like Chippy, I guess. And yeah, they done awesome fish and chips, and here in Australia, well, in South Australia, they call them bloody dippy dogs. and it's like basically it's a battered Savoy
What?
sausage, which is like a sausage with a red casing, very slight spice to it. And people either have the red sausage by
What's that,
itself or
what?
battered. And I remember for some reason, I don't know if it was my little brother or or maybe a mate's friend, like my brother's older brother's mate. They called it horses willies because they're like this. They're like this. They're like this.
Robert Five Life used to say the same thing.
Yeah, so they're like this. They're like this big, and yeah, it's like, oh, what do you want for dinner? Oh, I have a horse's willy.
Robert Five Life used to say the same thing.
Dippy dog.
We call them chicken titties. We
Horses
don't
willy,
have
please.
chicken breast. We have chicken titties.
You have
Or-
chicken titties
Yeah, instead of chicken breast.
instead of chicken tenders.
They call them. Yeah, they call it. My kids call them chicken titties. They're like, are we having chicken titties for dinner? I'm like, yep, we're having chicken titties.
I don't know if I got rid of it, but yeah, I think I got rid of it. I might be able to bring it up though, because I did for some. Because remember, I don't know if anyone remembers. I did review like a fish and chips, and I reviewed the dippy dog, as they call them in Australia. But I was doing some inappropriate stuff with it when I reviewed it, and then so I'll.
Hot dog.
Yeah,
Pluto pups.
Yeah, that's what you crazy Australians call it.
That was weird.
I'm not crazy.
The comment came
This
up.
was
and-
crazy.
I say this is what
Yeah.
I say. That's what you crazy Australians call it, and then I'm just calling them horses willies. So.
Fuck yeah.
I couldn't make gun out to you.
So if I just
Yeah,
quickly,
Oh, look at that.
I got it for you.
oh,
Oh, I'm front and center.
it's my background. I didn't put. I didn't say. Yeah, this is
Bloody
me
hell.
surrounded by horses willies. The king of the king of the horses
Really?
willies. That's what they
Another
call me.
horse cock. What's that?
They're pretty bloody good though.
Yeah.
This is
I got a
I mean,
double
most-
buckle.
most people have had them, but yeah, this is if that's a little bit wrong. It's a little zoomed in a little bit on the right area.
Look like what I digged into tonight. What was that? Sorry.
And yeah, back in my rowdy days when I first was streaming, I did Chonga and the Slongabongers, I think it was called, that stream.
Ah. You
And,
never
yeah.
get many tea unless you've been to Yorkshire.
Well, I'll quickly take it.
Skip through everyone.
Yeah, no. Is there a way to?
We're
Yeah.
already Yorkshirean.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to press. Those ones. I guess that's what I'm. But yeah, I did. Let's just say I did some inappropriate stuff with that horse, with that horse's willy on that review.
What was that? What was that doing?
I thought you
I
cut the
bet-
feed there.
I think I ended
What
up
was
going like. I think I ended up going like this when I ate it. But, like. Because it looked a little bit wrong, me putting that horse's willy in my mouth. Dave saying I remember that. So yeah, the most awkward food I found to eat on camera. So,
Is that video still around?
yeah, I reckon it was I think it was the Mother Cluckers video. It might have been.
Like, this is a good mood today, so.
Oh, that's good. It's good to know there, Mr. Pirate.
Sorry, Mr. King G, King Cody,
No, you
King
don't have to be
Mark,
sorry.
G, and the mighty legendary Mrs. Austin.
You don't have to be sorry at all. We're all legends on the round table.
Well, that might be a rectangle
me,
desk, but we won't get
only
into
this
that.
guy, this woman, this guy, and that guy next to Mark is the legend. It's the legend of the round table.
This guy.
I thought we
the
all.
woman there is
This
Mrs.
guy
Austin.
next to
Mrs.
Mark.
Austin.
I
Mrs.
thought we all
Austin
sit on
and
the
her
triangle
husband
table.
for subscribers. At once. Net subscribers. Sorry, Java, sorry, accent.
More like the oval table.
What I say?
Is Roger speaking alien?
I think we
Uh,
will.
I try to speak Yorkshire, but I can't. The British Yorkshire accent doesn't come naturally to me at all.
Yeah, I think your
must be.
good old brother
Yeah.
Robbo can do that well, can't he? He can do a pretty
King
good
Prawn.
accent.
Robert Five can. Robert Five can if he put his mind to it, but I can't at all.
What if he doesn't put his mind to it? Comes out really bad.
Nah. He tends to speak more. Because my mother comes from Wolverhampton.
Bloody
Which
hell!
is-
I've done
yeah.
I've done quite a lot of reviews now. Scrolling down trying to find it, I'm like, man, this is going KFC's
Wolverhampton?
cabbage burger.
Wolverhampton.
Remember that? Remember how crazy? Remember we had a lettuce shortage.
Lettuce. What about lettuce? What my dad? I don't know why. It's just do that all the time. Said that was right to Rita.
I think that I saw the pork belly deluxe one. I'm pretty sure that's when I said it looks like the contents of a baby's nappy.
So, sorry, Robert Five. I know you have a baby on the way, so sorry about that.
I need to get rid of these sausages.
I
Starting
think
to get
so.
starting to get funkin' hungry.
Lettuce.
There we go. No more sausage talk.
Nope.
Robert Five.
Not gonna go any
Sorry.
further, Cody.
That's how it ends our present Jewish Salam. Salam.
Need some. Maybe we should up the meditation music.
Meditation.
We have some
Sorry.
nature sounds. We don't need nature sounds. We'll have
Sausage.
Hey, get royalty-free music. Robert Five
Yeah, we-
does when he needs it. From Kevin McLeod. He got some royalty-free music you can use.
yeah, good old Kevin.
Yeah, isn't he from
Yes.
County Cloud?
Thought he was from
No,
Home
but-
Alone.
Robert Five did it. Got some of his royalty-free music for his Fat Boy Kebabs when he did his kebab review. Because Robert Five knows there's some Nickelback music in the background from one of his neighbours. So
Oh, there we
he
go.
decided to so he got some Kevin
Oh.
McLeod music and put it in the background instead. Because he didn't want to be struck down with Nickelback music. So he got Kevin McLeod and got his royalty-free music that he uploads every so often and put it for the his Fatboy Kebabs kebab review. I didn't do one like he did it himself. I didn't get the chance to upload the. I didn't get the chance to upload the kebab review myself. Robbo 5 Life did. But if you don't know, it's ROBBO number 5. Like after the space number 5. Live LIVE. But also also This is a legend here called Cody. He's a legend.
Oh, I'm looking at reviews and I remember now. I reckon it was a live stream that I played around with my sausage. It was a live stream. It wasn't a pre-recorded video.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, when I was being a bit inappropriate and
No,
flicking it
you're
around.
never inappropriate. As long as I'm inhabiting YouTube, you're never inappropriate, G.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Mr. Prawn.
See this guy here called Cody. He's a
I
legend.
better step up my game.
He's criminally undersubbed. You better
He has
sub
more
to him
subs
'cause
than
he's good. He's a
he
good
has
guy.
more subs than all of us.
All put together.
No.
He's the king of the
And
subs.
next to Cody's Mrs. Austin.
That sounds
and her
wrong.
husband.
I finally have enough
This
to
is-
go live on YouTube now, though.
Whoa.
For my phone. Sorry, for my phone. Like mobile live. Finally, so I have 52. So whoever got me 3 new subs, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't. I'm sure it's 100%.
Yeah.
It's probably Roger and his antics.
Right? You guys,
Well, might have
Only got one
Mhm.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel, man.
been that crazy one that came in before. He might have felt sorry for us and just subbed to all of us.
What, Mario?
Oh no,
or
it
the
was
other one?
52 before I got on live with you guys.
439 subs.
Whoa. Okay.
453. Mrs. Austin 56.
What?
This.
I
You
got
got 56
56?
subs. Yeah.
Okay, well
'cause
I
I
got
checked earlier
4
today.
when I started this live then because I had 52 when I started.
Well, I'm up to 491 now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Subscribe to
crazy.
Mrs. Austin. She's criminally undersubbed. So is her husband. Both criminally
Hey now,
undersubbed.
he's up to 40 something. He jumped fast. He went from 9 to
See?
a lot.
Mr. Roger.
Cody, just a question. Seeing we're talking about subs, have you done anything different or special to get the subs you have? How long have you been going with your channel?
What's happening? Is he listening to music on his?
I don't know.
I think he's about a minute behind or something.
Is he?
He'll
Not bad. He might
Maybe.
admit.
He shouldn't be that far behind.
maybe he's just ignoring you.
Yeah, you could do.
Oh no,
This
I
guy
reckon,
here,
I reckon he's about 5 minutes behind.
He must be.
he's,
this
like,
guy here called Mark.
he's like laugh reacting to stuff he said
100.
20 minutes ago. He's probably still laughing at that horse's willy.
Maybe.
Subscribe to this guy Mark here.
It's all the Brawny lovers. They would have subbed to him.
Him
Well,
and World of Life need to be 500 plus subscribers.
maybe we
So
should
I
send him
can go to YouTube Live. And G here, the mighty G.
maybe Cody's
give
looking
to
at
1,000,
something
it'd be
else,
good.
and he's just
I think they-
ignoring it.
I think they cloned him. You know when he darted off
Yeah, I mean,
before? Oh, he's here. He can read the text. Maybe he's just a little bit litty.
Maybe he's typing a message to us now.
In real time.
Hmm.
Hasn't came through yet.
no, not.
It's going to take 20 minutes for his message to come through.
Can you hear
Oh,
us
it's
all
not coming
right, Cody?
through. What the hell?
Oh,
I might use
yeah,
the
the
chat then.
audio's off.
Well, this is keeping stuff interesting.
Yeah.
My audio's a
Oh.
little off, and my video keeps kind of going in and out. Maybe it's my background.
Did you want to wrap it up soon, G, or you want to keep going?
If you wanna,
Oh yeah,
if you wanna
now
wrap it up.
it was my background.
Oh, for fuck's
I'm
sake.
fine now. There's no glitch, no nothing.
No.
All right, before we go though, Roger the Pirate, take it away.
Subscribe to this legend called Cody. You need some more subs. Mrs. Austin and her husband Ryan. They need more subs. Give me your love as well.
No worries, Cody.
Got the Mark here. Mark right there. He's a legend. Subscribe to him. Give me your love. And it's also to King G here. The brains behind the lost memes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Mark was asking if I'm named after the King George. So
But don't
Now you
forget.
I was named after my mother's private 007 character Roger Moore. By the way.
there you go.
And what
Luke
about your
Mother's British.
what about
From
your
all
channel?
What?
You forgot your channel, Roger Pole.
Oh, bloody hell.
Subscribe to my half brother's channel, Robbo Firefly, which is ROBBO space number 5 space
I can hear you, yeah.
LIV.
I think Cody's answering
Yeah,
what I said about 10 minutes ago.
Well, Robbo Wolfie.
Sure
Wolfie,
is.
oh, Robbo Firefly. LIFE.
I think Cody's having a separate stream. Maybe he started a stream on his own channel. Cody, you were like 5 minutes, 10 minutes behind. How did he even get that far behind?
I don't know.
No wonder he's been looking confused for a bit. He's like, what the hell?
He's
probably
probably got
seeing
no
us-
idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wolfie.
He's probably seen us move and then like...
Go, Roger.
Yeah, Wolfie.
And Roger, you forgot someone. How could you? You forgot Roger the Pirate. Roger Paul the Pirate.
No.
Cody's answering. Cody's answering something else, but he's like, nah.
He's on a different stream. Alternate timeline.
Yeah, like, I swear we just entered the multiverse.
Actually, there was a thing at the entertainment centre today here in Brisbane.
Oh,
Something to do with Marvel Universe or something.
that would be cool. At the entertainment centre.
Yeah, the Brisbane Entertainment and Convention Centre. He's
Yeah,
he's way behind.
he's either drunk or he's behind, or he's behind and drunk. And
Yeah,
I remember years ago they had like at Adelaide Entertainment Centre like a Pokemon. What kind of Pokemon was that? I think he said his name was. But yeah, it was like a Pokemon Go event, and like they had, I don't know, like a special Pokemon
Yeah, it's up to
that they had. That was a.
Roger.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh man, I feel held
Yes,
bad
Jay.
for Cody. I don't think he realizes like what's going.
What is it? Yeah, Cody. What is another brain?
Oh man, this is too much even for me. I haven't even had anything, and I feel
Yes.
like I'm getting off my face. Oh man, it would have. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap this up now. So it was an awesome stream, though. I cried at least twice. Roger made me cry. I made myself cry talking about crusty bums. But yeah, great live, guys. Cheers, Styles E, for sticking around, and have a great rest of the night. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that joined us, and Mrs. Austin, and Mark, and obviously
Thank
Cody. And we can't forget, make sure you sub. If you're going to sub to anyone, he's not going to ask you to, but we all want you to go to sub to Roger the Pirate, because
And my
He-
brother,
He's
And my brother Robert Five.
no. You're like the glue that keeps us together. You're Roger the Paul the
Not
glue.
me. Not me. My brother is.
Where's your brother?
His place is his cousin's place at his cousin's place with my stepfather's family and that.
Wouldn't that be your cousin as well, or? Oh, we
Step
want to get
cousin.
into
My hard cousin.
we want to get into semantics
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's so step cousin.
But yeah, everyone in the chat
Half
tonight, we had some deep and meaningfuls. We had some laughs. We had some drink reviews from Mrs. Austin. It was all happening tonight. It was crazy. But yeah, make sure you give us all likes. Go sub to Mark Shed Talk, Just Rant Already, Cody the Aussie Alistair fan, Brony, Roger the Pirate, and you can't forget his stepbrother, Robo5 Live.
half brother.
And
Much love
yourself.
to everyone.
And
Nah,
yourself.
No, I'm doing a Roger. Nah, you don't have to worry about me. This little guy, I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Does anyone want to say anything before we blast off?
Good night,
And-
Australia.
And just got the Robert Five. He does his videos before I do.
Oh, Becky,
Good
we
night.
can't forget Becky.
Shout out to Becky. Where's my shout out? He's not
Becky.
even on the bloody stream.
And also
thought you-
Stolzy.
I thought you went to bed, Becky. Sorry about
I
that.
did too. That's my comment. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
And
did.
also Stolzy.
And Brad, thanks, Brad.
Yeah, go check out Brad Strung
Brad.
Out. He does some awesome content. Go check out Becky's fishing adventures. A lot of time there's no fishing, but go check him out. And
And also Stolzy.
and yeah, good night, America. And shout out to Lee.